Yeah.
Welcome to yet another Candy Eggs video. Today I am joined with my near and dear friend, definitely not Pedro.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is not Pedro.
It's
It
true.
is something else. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Of course, this is our new tradition. We react to the thing and we make a terrible video. So, Walking with Dinosaurs is creating a new season. BBC's Walking with Dinosaurs, not the
Yeah.
other Walking with Dinosaurs, the first one.
Not the 3D.
Not
The yeah.
not the 3D, the one in 3D animation.
Yeah.
Um,
Not the one in 3D animation, but the one called 3D with telepathic dinosaurs. I think we're ready. You
I
want to
think we're
analyze this
ready.
image first before we go in?
Okay. I'm gonna analyze this
Oh, what?
image first. This looks
Oh, yeah. The
exactly.
disclaimer.
Oh, disclaimer?
Disclaimer. I've already seen the trailer,
Yes, that is true. I
but
have.
I'm here to react to it anyway.
That's how we do things. First, I am
Okay.
noticing a
Go ahead.
terrible thing. Um, this
Oh God, no.
Pechyrhinosaurus, it looks exactly like the one from Talking with Dinosaurs.
No, it actually looks worse.
It does.
No, okay, I'm joking. Maybe anatomically it's better, but like in terms of CGI, okay, but whatever.
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out is, does it have more than three claws on its hand? I don't know.
I
Its hands are
see.
really weird.
I see a
And there's
little
some,
bit of
there's some,
one.
like this is a promotional image, so obviously the models have to be contorted to fit. So I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
This doesn't represent the documentary.
Fucking
You can
Spinosaurus.
see a dromaeosaur with
Yeah.
wings.
The wings don't look that bad. I am genuinely
Yeah,
surprised.
exactly. See, I told
Gabriel,
you.
last name, must not have been involved. This is our job.
It was not, and you can tell
um,
by the
I
fact that the wings are there.
I am not a fan of any of the patterning designs except this one, but it's just like brown, so I like that. Um,
Yeah, I can see that. So one thing is, here, this is a problem with my paleontology knowledge, is that I don't know if they had scapulars. Dromaeosaurus, like for sure, had scapulars or tertiaries, I think they're called. I don't remember the
mm-hmm,
one on the shoulders.
mm-hmm,
So it looks kind of weird, but I can see that being the case as well. So
yeah.
I didn't comment. I wasn't going to comment on it because I'm not sure.
I tell you what, I don't actually know for sure, but I'm like pretty sure things like Anchiornis, which aren't dromaeosaurs, have them. So it probably should.
Okay, maybe okay. Let's speculate and say that by not having those, it creates a more contrasting wing,
That's
so it's better
true.
for attracting mates.
Ooh.
Okay, so now, other than that, you can see the spin and a, a tyrannosaur.
Okay. The purple is a bold choice. Are we sure that's Tyrannosaurus? Or is it maybe it's a
No, it's
Gargosaurus?
not. It's a tyrannosaur. I know what it is, but
Okay.
it's Albertosaurus from Canada.
God, I hate Spinosaurus. I mean Spinosaurus. Oh, it's got crocodile face. Interesting.
I mean, it's not unlikely.
Yeah.
It, they did go with the short legged thing, which is
Oh,
like
oh, I see.
it's a chimeric reconstruction. Right?
Yeah.
It's not all the same specimen. And I've seen a Twitter thread by uh paleoarchaeologist, I think. It's a yeah, it's a famous polio and he was saying that like the femur proportions on Spinosaurus would not allow it to walk because the femur is small for a 7 ton or 8 ton animal. So we don't
Hilarious.
know. It's chimeric. We need more specimens, basically.
I tell you what,
Anyway,
I probably should
yeah,
have watched
go ahead.
Walking with Dinosaurs before this because now I don't remember if they said this, but I feel like as long as they don't point out the legs on the Spinosaurus, that it'll be fine for my viewing experience. But if they, I have this memory, and I don't know if it's a different thing, like when dinosaurs roamed America or something, where they're like, Stegosaurus has
Mm.
very short arms and long legs, so it's not very fast. But that was also a chimeric reconstruction, and now it's not like that anymore.
Actually, I don't think it is from when dinosaurs roamed America, but I don't know if it's Walking with Dinosaurs. I don't remember.
Hmm.
When Dinosaurs roamed America, I watched it so many times as a kid. I think I would
Good.
remember. I remember the mating scenes, the mating scene.
What?
Like they were trying to not they were not mating, but they were like showing the plates like
Oh
to impress the
yeah.
female, and then the Stratosaurus appeared and took a blow to the ass.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I should rewatch that. I thought you were gonna start talking about Sex Lakes. Shout out Sex Lakes.
Okay, let's start the documentary. Let's start the trailer. Maybe
Wait,
maybe
before then, before
we're off
then,
track.
as Sharkins, little homunculi in the background.
Dinosaurs, pterosaurs,
Okay, we're gonna start.
and
First one.
okay, let's start. Let's start. It's 1 minute. It can't
Okay,
be
it's one
that
minute.
long. We
Oh
can't
my
make a
god.
50-minute video out of this.
I think we should. So we can't pause it the
We're
first
definitely going
time.
to do it.
No pausing the first
Okay,
time, but we
no
can
pausing.
scream and yell over it.
React.
Hype.
We can
Reaction.
yell over it. Yes.
Well, welcome to the reaction. Why are there humans?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Humans.
that looks kind of terrible.
Pterosaurs.
Adrosaurus,
Ooh,
Adrosaurus,
and
Sauropod,
Montosaurs.
Sauropod,
Lusotitan.
Joe things, Spiky boys.
Ooh,
What
ooh,
the?
Luso. Nice. Space testicles.
Okay.
Like Tyrannosaur. Ooh. Gastonia.
I like how the scale textures look different. That was like exactly the same as the thing I saw. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. Whoa.
Ooh.
Aw, the
Ooh.
Adrosaur died again.
Fire.
Adrosaurus. Why did it minimize?
Oh,
What?
I have no idea.
Ah!
Click the X, click the X. Okay. That's
Okay.
fine, that's fine. We saw it.
Okay.
Initial thoughts.
Initial thought, the CGI is
Dinosaurs.
kind of not good, but that's what I would expect from BBC. Shots fired. Um,
Okay, well, we can't compare it to Prehistoric Planet.
yeah, I
One looks
know.
real. This one looks better than most
It
documentaries.
does.
So
It
I think
does.
it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Ooh, I didn't pay attention to the like composition of the shots to see if it is like
I,
the original Walking with Dinosaurs, because that's one of my
there's some
favorite
callbacks.
parts.
We'll get to that.
Okay,
We'll get to
okay.
that.
So,
But first of all, like CGI quality, we're talking about purely graphical quality, right?
mm-hmm.
Because like you can have like Walking with Dinosaurs 1999 had terrible CGI,
Yeah.
obviously. But like there's some cinematography and like color choice that
Yeah.
really made it natural,
Oh, you know what it
even though
is?
the CGI was bad.
You know what it is, Pedro? You know what's different about this trailer? They did close
What
ups
is?
on the CGI, it wasn't puppets.
Yeah, you might have noticed that. That was the thing you might have noticed. So here's topic number one. We should start going frame by frame.
Okay.
But topic number one is that this is not a spiritual successor to
It's
Walking with
not?
Dinosaurs.
What the?
It's I don't think it is. In my opinion, it doesn't look like it. It looks like Prehistoric Planet season 3
Oh.
with worse CGI. Look, it's not a bad thing,
Uh-huh.
but there's no the, I don't know. I can't really explain it. There's no puppets, right? There's no animatronics, which kind of sucks. But and like the overall tone kind of feels like Prehistoric Planet. You kind of see what I mean.
Yeah.
But there's another documentary coming up, which is Surviving Earth, which is made by Tim Haynes, which was a creative director of the original Walking with Dinosaurs, and that one has
Okay.
puppets, which I expect to be
Okay.
more of a spiritual successor. We can look at images of that later, after we react.
Oh, we
If you want?
definitely should.
There's some images. There's no trailer, but there's some images of behind the scenes and stuff. So, yeah, So yeah, fully CGI with real backgrounds. There's some critiquing about the real backgrounds that will occur in this video.
Mm.
Um, let's go frame by frame.
Okay.
So
So we have PBS. I'm gonna mute it for.
we have people.
Yes, there are
People in
people.
my dinosaur documentary.
Okay, so the pterosaurs
Oh,
showed up, Pedro.
as dark kids.
Six episodes. Okay. Now, ugh,
Oh, there's yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Before we start, there's 6 episodes, and 5 of them are revealed. I think because there's one in late Jurassic Portugal. We'll get to that. I'm excited. Okay. There's one in early Cretaceous Utah, which is the Utahraptor one you saw. There's one
Okay.
in middle Cretaceous, middle in etc. in asterisk, right? Because there's no middle Cretaceous
Mm,
with the Spinosaurus, North Africa. And then there's one in late Cretaceous Canada with Albertosaurus, and one with late Cretaceous USA with T-Rex. So there's
okay.
five. That's 5 episodes. So there's one that's has not been revealed, I don't think. So it could be a
Okay.
Triassic episodes, or it could be just like an introductory episode, which will be really sad if that's the case.
Oh my god, I would scream.
Um, here's the thing: you might have noticed that 4 of the 5 episodes, 3 of the 5 episodes revealed are in North America Cretaceous. Last time I checked, there's more continents.
that, but
There's no Asia.
it's
There's no Australia. There's no
BBC.
Antarctica.
Why?
There's no UK. Hmm.
What?
Yes.
What? That doesn't make
Three out
any
of five.
sense.
Cretaceous America.
I I think you're right, Pedro. I think this is just trying to be prehistoric planet. Why didn't they try and set
Yes.
themselves apart in any way? Huh.
Because success, money.
Like
I don't know. Look, I'm not going to critique the people that made this. They surely had like restrictions in what they could do.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But also like Triassic, be cool.
That would have been so cool,
You
especially
didn't have to look. Here's my thing. You didn't have to pick if you're gonna do Triceratops and T-Rex in late Cretaceous USA. You
mm-hmm.
didn't have to make Gorgosaurs and Pachyrhinosaurs in Canada. Like it's not that far away. Like you can do
Yeah.
something in Asia.
And I'm
You can
getting
do something in Australia,
tired of Pachyrhinosaurus
and then
in everything.
yeah, and then you also didn't have to do Utahraptor in Gastonia, right? You
Yeah.
could do like early Cretaceous Australia with Muttaburrasaurus,
Yeah, bring
right?
Metabarosaurus back. Make it on a two-leggy creature.
Yeah. And like do the basically do a remake of the Spirits of the Ice Forests episode,
Yeah.
the original, with Metabarosaurus, Koasuke's Leo. I don't know. That might be inaccurate. They might not live in the same place. I don't know. I'm just saying there could be more diversity. That's my number
Yeah.
one criticism. Is 3 out of the 5 revealed, right?
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, the sixth is not an introductory episode. Um,
It's just a
3 out of the
clip
5
show.
revealed is early Cretaceous. It's Cretaceous America, right? One
Mm-hmm.
early Cretaceous and 2 late Cretaceous in America. Which is like you didn't even go to South America. Like you could
Yeah.
do an early Cretaceous episode on the pterosaur basins in Brazil. Like there's so much pterosaur material.
That would have been so cool. Uh,
So yeah, that's first disappointment just from
yeah.
initial reactions. Is
I am
ah,
very disappointed it's not a spiritual successor because, like, the stories were the best part. The stories and the shot composition. I'll have to take a look at the shot composition,
yes,
but the stories were so good in Walking with Dinosaurs.
yes, I
Ugh.
agree. So yeah, first thing I'll say is that we're not sure about the stories. I think that the format is going to be different. The format has been
Mm-hmm.
confirmed to be different in the sense that there will be paleontologists talking. You won't be fully immersed in the world, but
Ew.
but the episodes will follow one animal, I think. So there's going to be a story anyway. So I'm not sure
Okay.
how the stories are going to be
Oh my
out.
god.
I think here's the thing: I don't know if you noticed, the soundtrack was incredibly generic for this trailer. It
Oh, I didn't
was
even
like
notice that.
generic. Just play a little bit of it. It's generic trailer music number 5, I guess.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It's like epic music number 5, royalty free.
Uh,
And my problem is that the soundtrack and the narration were like incredibly iconic in the original.
yeah,
Like they fit the narrative and the aesthetic so well.
it
So
did.
I'm kind of I hope that this is not the like soundtrack of the actual documentary. It's just for the trailer, and I
Yeah.
hope the narration is good. So that will make a big difference. I think storytelling, soundtrack, and narration will be a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. If this turns into
Uh,
Dinosaur Planet or whatever it was, like the Alpha's Egg with that terrible voice acting famous guy who just goes, "This is Alpha." I will scream. I will choke out my
this
computer
is
screen.
Alpha.
I It's Chris Pratt. This is Alpha.
just Chris, just Chris Pratt,
I will actually I
featuring Chris Pratt,
if
featuring the
oh
guy.
my god. If that happens. If Okay,
No, no,
let me
it's
place my
I've already
bets.
seen who does it.
Okay,
It's
good.
it's an English guy. I think the voice can be pretty good. We'll see, but I think
Okay.
there's hope for the narration. But let's continue. Let's
Okay.
do it,
I was like, if
or
this
we'll
is
never leave.
if this is Jack Black or Aquafina narrating it, I will explode. I will do something terrible. Um oh wait, did you want to talk about these
Narrated by
Ashtar
Sabrina
kids?
Carpenter. I guess we can. It's kind of hard to see because they're facing away.
Oh wait, you know what? They show up later in the trailer. Let's skip that for now.
They do. Okay, so here's Edmontosaurus regalis, I think, because this
Beautiful
is Canada.
creature. Beautiful. I hope the other Edmontosaurus shows up and Ectens because that one's one of my favorite dinosaurs.
It does show up.
Oh, it does. Fuck yeah.
There's one clip of it as a baby, and we'll show you
Oh my
later. So
goodness.
here's the thing. I like this shot.
Uh huh.
A lot of Edmontosaurus. Cool. This is a cool shot. Fluvial environment, which is like 99% of fossil deposits, because it's where fossils deposit better.
Yeah.
So like, oh, floodplain fluvial environments. That's where all dinosaurs lived.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool shots.
It
There,
is.
coloration wise, can't really tell a lot. I think there's some
There's
individual
variation.
variation.
Yeah,
There's like
some of
some.
them are more
Yeah,
green.
yeah,
Some of them are more blue.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
This one doesn't have a reflection in the water. This one
No, we don't need to
does.
talk about that. Hey,
uh
here's the thing. Just ignore it.
oh shit, an alarm is going off. Oh my god. That was
Oh
my
no.
that was my ensure you wake up before this time so we can film this video today.
Oh, that was great.
Okay, well, I like this. However, I will always stand with this opinion. I think treating it like their trail cams are so much better at capturing scale. This gives me no sense
I
of
agree.
scale.
This is like a drone shot.
I hate
I
drone
can't really
shots.
tell how big they are. Here's the thing. I also don't really like the color choice because it kind of looks
Yeah,
like stock footage of a forest. Like that edited stock footage where they make the shadows super blue.
yeah,
It kind of looks like that. I don't know. I don't feel it. Like if you look Walking with Dinosaurs, it has a very gritty, a very brown, gray, yellow
mm-hmm,
color aesthetic that
mm-hmm.
fits the well what they were going for with the documentary. And I think this kind of reflects what I was saying. Right, this doesn't feel like a spiritual successor
Yeah.
to Walking with
I think
Dinosaurs.
I think
It's
the
it's the
lighting's too
name. It has the
harsh.
name.
Yeah, it has the name, but
I
like
think so. It's cloudy. Yeah,
it's not the
kind of
same.
cloudy. Yeah. Let's continue. Let's continue. Next shot.
Next shot, next shot. I'll
There's
be back for you,
surely there'll be
motherfuckers.
positive things to say. Okay,
Is
here's the
this
thing.
is this is this the
Th-
Portugal
This is
episode?
this is the Portugal
Oh,
episode.
there's the
This is
mountain.
Luso Titan at Alliances. If that's the mountain I'm thinking of, That currently is the Berlengas Islands next to the coast. Like you can go to the coast where you find the fossils, and you can look out to the water and you see these islands that before in the Jurassic were a massive mountain range.
Mm-hmm.
So if these are the same islands, that's very cool because you can actually go to the beach and see the islands out there that, well, in that time were mountain ranges.
That's so cool.
So yeah,
Oh my
and that's
god.
Lusotitan italiensis. And I can say it's called Italiensis because it was found in the province of Italia. And Lusotitan means Titan of Lusitania, which was the Roman word for Portugal.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Because this is what I would want from the episode choice. Like you have something that to my
It
understanding hasn't been in one of these animated things before. It's
it technically has,
oh it
like
has.
Lusotitan does show up in Dinosaur Revolution, the Portuguese episodes,
Motherfucking
but
Dinosaur
it's very
Revolution.
he shows up, but he drinks the whole water pond and then leaves, so kind of doesn't show up.
that
He's just
is
there.
that is not very iconic Portugal, I bet.
Hmm. So I like this shot composition,
Uh-huh.
and it does feel very prehistoric planet, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Because like
It
Prehistoric
doesn't feel
Planet
trail cam.
did this thing where it's like it focuses less on looking like an actual documentary as it does trying to capture individual like portraits of paleo art for the different shots. Like this is what
Yes,
I would
I
want.
agree.
This is
Hmm.
beautiful, but I'm worried a lot of the
This
shots are
is
just
like
kind of terrible.
this is good. It is a different direction from Walking with Dinosaurs, where it's like trail camp or people on the ground filming.
Mm-hmm.
This is more prehistoric planets, but it does look good, and I like the color.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't look like stock footage. Looks cool. I like this shot.
Yeah. Okay,
Hey.
this is bringing me back. This is bringing me back. Is as much as I love the Cretaceous is my favorite. All of my favorite groups of dinosaurs, the Oviraptorosaurs and the Adrosaurs, are from the Cretaceous.
Hmm.
I like sauropods. I'm glad that they are in it. But
Sauropods are very cool.
I want
No,
Jurassic and
I just want to point out that it says 66 million years later in the Jurassic segment.
Oh, wait a
Um,
minute.
Now that's
Wait.
for the whole documentary. It's just funny that they put it exactly when the Jurassic shot shows up. It's funny.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
let's continue for a moment.
let's continue. Oh, Spin. So things. This is the
Okay.
first shot where I was like, oh, the CGI. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and also very overexposed for some
Yeah.
reason.
It is.
Yeah.
The lighting
Here's the thing.
does seem different.
Couple things. First of all, I don't think the lighting makes sense.
Yeah,
It looks weird.
it does.
Um,
It's not
that's why the
overexposed here.
Spinosaur. Here's the thing. Like the lighting is coming from like up right, I think,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
Oh.
feel like it's weird. It's very weird. Like I feel like it should be in shadow right now,
Yeah, the sun looks to be over here.
like behind the trees.
Yeah, but it's the front of its head is lit, but the that
It's
I'm
there's
hoping.
something weird about this
I'm
that
hoping, Pedro.
maybe they'll change it. Maybe they'll change
Yeah, they might change it. This might be a render solely for the trailer so you can see it more clearly. Because I know a lot of stuff
it. I
does
guess.
that. And they didn't want to just have this shot be like mostly black and look proper. That's what I'm hoping for. Also, look at the body in the background. That's so funny.
Mm.
Or that's another
So okay,
Spino.
couple another things. First of all, I don't like the eye sunken in.
Yeah, I don't like that at
They're
all.
they're way too sunken in. But to be fair, we also don't know what that part of the skull looks like. I don't think from Spinus. Maybe.
I don't
But
think
whatever.
so either.
Can't really critique it.
the
Uh,
it kind of eases into the crest very oddly.
yeah, it's a crest. It doesn't
Yeah,
like it's. It looks like there's like muscle attachments. It's weird.
yeah.
So you might notice something about the environment that we'll talk about later because there's a better shot of it. But it's not great. I don't think it's great.
Oh
I'm not an
no.
expert, on North Africa late Cretaceous. But I've seen some people critique that pine trees were not there.
Oh shit.
But whatever.
That's
Let's.
kind
Okay.
of
Oh, also, baby spin, baby
Bibispin.
spin.
The Path of
This
Titans
is
in
a
me
baby.
wants to just like be Thalassodromius and kill this immediately. That's
Oh God.
my thought process looking at it.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't like the shot personally. I don't like the shot.
I don't either. It
I
just
don't.
doesn't match. The
It
eyes look
doesn't.
bad.
It feels artificial. The spinal doesn't look great.
Give dinosaurs and
Don't like the
paleoart
color grading.
stupid bird eyes. Just give them stupid bird eyes where they're
Yeah.
clearly not looking in the same direction and they look really dumb from the front. That's what they look like. It's
I
beautiful.
mean, if you look at it, it does that, but it's some way
Yeah, but
sunken
it's
in. I think
sunken in and gross looking.
it's like a lot of a lot of animals have the eyes popping in. Like I think it's too popped in. I don't think any animal
Yeah,
has the eyes popped in like that, especially for an aquatic animal, right?
yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Wait,
Ooh,
fuck, pause
baby
it.
triceratops. Wait. Wait. Oh,
Beep,
he looked good. I
beep.
like him. I like him.
I like the scale pattern on its head. It looks like a
Hmm.
turtle. That's cute.
He looks like a turtle. They do.
Ooh. I can't tell, but
I
the
like him.
underside should have like those crocodilian rectangular scales. Kind of looks like it has them under the
I
neck, but
think
it
they
doesn't look
do.
like it here.
Ooh, wait, here. Where? Maybe not. I don't know.
I think it shows it later.
Maybe it's
Ooh.
lower down. I'm not sure.
Pedro! Pedro, look! They did the thing where they sharpen
Growth
the
rate.
horns!
Oh,
They sharpen the horns!
oh,
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Oh my god. Wait.
Wait.
Opinion plus one opinion.
We should have a graph of our opinion on the document going up and down.
It's been zero this whole time. It's
Oh, it was below zero
oh my
first time.
god.
We should do. I'll do it. We'll do it in post. We'll do it
Okay,
in post.
okay.
We'll make a graph and we'll see it on the top right. Our opinion change. I like the very spiky crests
Yeah,
because I know
the
they get reabsorbed into adults, right?
mm-hmm.
As they get into adults, those cute,
Yeah, like they kind of
those
like
whatever bony
grow.
thing get reabsorbed,
Yeah, they like grow outward and fuse with the rest of the head, and it looks really
and then
cool.
become not spiky, right?
Yeah,
They become like flat.
yeah, they become like very, very
Okay.
stout little
Hmm.
little nodes.
Also, did you see the new paper on the exopodia, which has that facial ligament or muscle that
Oh
they're not
yeah,
sure?
on the juggly
Okay,
thing.
yeah, I think this incorporates it.
Oh, oh shit.
You can see that the that it goes down like it has a mass underneath it.
Yeah.
Underneath you, I think it does incorporate it
Okay, I like that.
because one of the creators, one of the people that helped with the scientific part of this
Mm-hmm.
was one of the authors, I think.
Oh, that's
So
so
even
cool.
before it was published, the they used that knowledge to make the animals. I think,
Oh, that's
as far
cool.
as I'm aware, I could be wrong, but I think it is right.
I
Oh, maybe Triceratops. I'll say
hmm?
this shot does not make the mouth look very good, but it
No.
does look better in other angles.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with this shot, but it looks very cute in the other shot that it appears in.
Okay.
So we can talk about more there if you want.
I real quick, I'm not quite sure how to go about it in 3D, but these scales look really gross. It looks kind of like it's rotting with how much contrast there is in the shadows. If it was a little bit more
I see.
gummy looking.
It's very bumpy, right?
Yeah.
Very bumpy.
Like if it was slightly, oh,
Which
what's
it
the
might have
word?
been.
Transmission. If the transmission was there a little bit, I think this would look a
Okay.
lot better.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on 3D, but I don't think these models are like super high quality. They're good for what they are, I think, for the budget of the
Yeah, yeah,
documentary, but they're not like prehistoric planet level where the scales are like 1 millimeter.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I just got back
Uh,
from Washington in Canada and ferns are real. They exist, Pedro. I
Ferns are
saw
real,
them.
yeah.
I
I have
saw
some
them.
next to my house.
That's so cool. I didn't know they all had spores underneath. I thought they were just still
Really?
looked like
It's
ferns
not. I don't
underneath.
think. I don't think it's all year round. I think it's
Oh,
only
that
like a
makes
certain
sense.
period.
I
I'm not
just,
sure. I know they do have like little balls of pollen
yeah,
underneath the of spores underneath the leaves.
I was just prancing around like, I'm in dinosaur land. It looks like dinosaurs here. Oh
Ooh,
gosh.
it's actually real.
Oh wait, its eye is actually bulging out. I
That
like
is true.
this.
I like it.
The texture
That's
on
good.
the
The
parietal,
frill.
whatever this is called. Yeah, it
Riot.
looks good.
Smooth.
I want to pet it. It looks like it would feel like a sea turtle.
Yeah, it do, but less wet.
Oh wait, it
Ooh,
got clearer for a
okay.
moment. But oh,
We can talk
hat,
about Albertosaurus.
hat,
Hat.
hat.
Ah.
I kind of hate the trend
Ooh,
where they put the feathers on the very top of the pelvis because Tyrannosaurus didn't have scale impressions there, but I like the hat.
I like a hat. Yeah. So you have things to say about the purple, but before we do that, you can go a, you can go a couple frames forward if you can. Just pause it and pause it, and you can see on the left it's another dinosaur that's not Pachyrhinosaurus.
Oh,
But it's not Triceratops because this is Albertosaurus.
what?
Personally, I think this is a Rhinoceratops, whatever it's called, or Anchiceratops. I'm not sure. I'm
Okay.
cool.
You're
We don't get a better look at it, so this is as good as it gets in this trailer.
yeah, the parietals are rounded. That's what is it
Ooh,
called?
adult?
U. I know what it looks like in fossil
Eu-
fighters.
Eutriceratops?
The
No.
the downward horn one.
Ooh, Urinosaurus, right?
Let me.
Urinosaurus? No.
I think Urinosaurus is
What's it called?
the swordfish, sawfish looking ichthyosaur.
Oh God, you're right. Oh God, I'm doing the dumb. What is it called?
Urino. And Ionosaurus. Ionosaurus.
Dinosaurs, right?
We got there.
I don't think it is Dinosaurs.
This is so intriguing.
I think that's a brow horn,
Okay.
which would probably mean it's like a rhinoceros or Anchiceratops. I'm not sure.
This is Triceratops from 60
This
to
is just
70 million years ago in South America.
yeah. This is just Triceratops. I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll get probably another trailer of choking. Oh, but by the way, this comes out in May in the UK,
Okay.
so it might be available to watch there. I think in the US it's only in June,
Lame.
but we might get another trailer. Get a better look at it. But
Okay.
I wanted to point that out because that's as good as the look as you get that Ceratops.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So
briefly talk about the purple.
the purple
Plausible. It is not a very common
plausible.
color, but reptiles do
How do you
have.
make purple? Remind me.
Okay, so reptiles have these things called iridophores, and iridophores reflect
Right.
light. That is how lizards and stuff can be blue, is because they specifically reflect the blue light. And the reason that reptiles can be green is because they're yellow, but then they also have the blue
That's
iridophores, so they become green. To get this,
that's why when green reptiles decompose, they become blue
really?
because they'll lose the yellow first.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
I've
I
I've seen there was a photo circulating around of a python. A python. I think it was a snake, but I think it was a python, and it was decomposing, and it showed like baby blue coloration because
Oh,
it was
that's
green
so
before.
cool. Whenever I
E-
see dead reptiles, they just desiccate immediately. I
I'm
live in the
guessing
desert.
it's because yeah, yeah, that's true. That would happen. Here's the thing. I'm guessing that happens because one color is structural
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is not.
Mm-hmm.
So the yellow one decomposes faster. I'm not sure.
That makes
I'm just
sense.
making stuff up. Okay.
source
Purple.
source of my brain.
Source.
So it would have to be
Trust me,
like
bro.
red, which is a very easy color for animals to be. and then have the blue iridophores. So
Hmm.
it is plausible.
Yeah,
I like
red
that.
is yeah, and I also like the darker tip of the mouth
Yeah,
thing.
I
I don't know.
like that.
Melanin makes stuff resistant. I don't know. I'm not sure.
The I'm about to say
Maybe
some contradict or not contradictory, some con
convoluted. No,
I don't know what word I'm looking
contradictory,
for. I'm about to
controversial.
say yes, that one. I'm about to say something controversial. I think the lip
Oh
should be
God.
thicker, like bowed out like here.
So here's the thing. We don't know what dinosaur lips look like, obviously,
Yeah.
and I think okay, in this image it looks fine, but if you look at this dinosaur and other dinosaurs in this documentary when their mouth closed, I don't think they look great because the lips they look like they have overbite because of the lips. You'll see it later, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Here's the thing: they also the exoperia muscle ligament thingy
This
is
thing?
more evident here. You can see that the corner of the mouth doesn't go as far because there's a huge bulge from the muscle connecting down into the Phalangular bone. I don't remember the name. I think it's a Phalangular. I'm not sure.
Wait,
So
does it
cool.
go this way or does it go this
I think it
way?
attaches to the just underneath the jugal horn, where the jugal bump, whatever, and then down,
Okay.
and then attaches. It's like a triangle, but not that way. The
Oh,
other way. That yeah, like that. Yeah,
okay. I didn't read it. I
I
looked
think
at a
so.
picture.
So so I like that the face looks chunky.
Yeah, the jaws look great. The old Walking with Dinosaurs had those really like angular jaws that look like they didn't have any muscles. This
Hmm.
looks like it would kill me.
Yes.
I like the
And
texture.
you can clearly see the influence of one of the paleoartists that work on this documentary, which is the paleoarchaeologist on X, Twitter, whatever, because they draw theropods and tyrannosaurs a very similar way, and I think it looks great. I think it looks great. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to Hank Sharp. I want to see. I want to
Hank
see
Sharp,
who
yes,
this is.
exactly, it's that one. I remember the name. I remember the name Hank. I was like, but I didn't remember the second name, so I
Oh,
didn't say it.
I've seen their stuff before. Oh, I like their stuff.
Yeah.
Funny picture. Um, yeah, I like this like almost gross, like grayish and pinkish. It looks kind of like a hippo.
Mm,
I
yeah,
like that. It's
I can
not
see that.
something people would normally go for in Tyrannosaurs because there's still that like 80s, 90s dinosaurs are these giant sleek machines. So doing that with a especially a fast Tyrannosaurid, I kind of like that.
I like that it's vibrant, but like it's still reasonable for a predator.
Yeah.
I think.
I
I
will
also like that the tail is chunky,
yeah,
where you can see
chunky.
the caudofemoralis muscle.
It will survive the
Like
winter.
you can clearly see where it stops attaching the caudofemoralis in the tail. Yeah, right there. That's
That's
cool.
cool. I oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh wait, no, I remembered. I will
Okay.
always be a
Cool.
fan of making dinosaurs like solid dark brown, but this is good still. It's
Okay.
a
Next,
iconic design.
E. Ooh,
Is this
here we have
Gastonia?
Gastonia. E. I think it looks great. I think the texture work
This
on the stripe especially, that looks like
yeah.
prehistoric planet level.
This looks like Walking with Dinosaurs. This looks like a Walking with Dinosaurs design.
Yeah, the stripes, that looks
Oh, look at the
crazy. I like it.
chunky arm. Look how
That that's the
that looks so
first
good.
that's the first design where I would say, yeah, that could be from Walking with Dinosaurs. Like
I like
straight
this.
up.
The nose
I like
looks
the
a
blue
little
eyes.
grody, but it's got
Yeah,
sniffability.
yeah,
Oh, and look how dusty it looks.
which
This
we
looks so
know
good.
Ankylosaurus did. They did sniff a lot.
I
I
like
like
big
the
pointy
dark
ears.
pouch, the dark patch around the eye with the
Yeah,
blue eye look contrasts nicely.
that's really nice. This is more what I was
Uh,
expecting from the designs.
ooh, has osteoderms on the arms and
Yeah,
underneath, which I don't know if there's evidence for them underneath, but I'm not sure why not.
I know stuff like Cychania or Tarkia. I don't remember which one is the one that
Yeah.
is more of them. They have them here, so I like that they included
Hmm.
that. It makes them look like turtles, and I think it's cute.
It is cute.
I like this. I like how dust. It's so textured. This texturing looks really nice. It looks like I could touch it.
Hmm. That this is like my favorite so far
Plus one
out of the
point.
models.
Plus one opinion point.
1 point. Plus 1 opinion points.
Okay,
Ooh,
Pachyrhinosaurus.
okay. Solid dark gray. Brown. Solid dark brown. The
Solid dark
favorite.
brown. I would like it to be more dark brown. I like how it has completely different textures to the Triceratops. I appreciate that.
Yes, it has smaller scales, and this is a baby as well.
Yeah.
I don't see the belly scales,
Okay.
and I also don't see. I mean, I kind of see some variation in scales on the top because
Yeah.
I know they had the nubs. I always Triceratops had the nubs.
Oh yeah, also
Right?
Chasmosaurus has the nubs, and
Casmosaurus. Okay.
Chasmosaurus's scales are completely different. They're all like octagon-like shapes.
Okay.
It's neat. I don't like.
Well, I like that they varied the scale.
Yeah,
The scales.
I don't know as much about Kentrosaurians, Centrosaurians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
um. So I
You
don't
know,
know about the scales, but it looks nice.
you see on the left, the one just off camera on the left. It reminds me of Disney's Dinosaur. I don't know the silhouette of
Oh,
the horn on top
yeah.
reminds me of this dinosaur, Pachyrhinosaur. That was cool.
I Are these the wrong species? So, assuming that they're
No,
doing the snowy
I
one.
think I don't think this is Canadensiage. I think this is
Okay.
Lacustae because later you see one with a horn. Like that develops
Okay.
into a horn on the adults, I think.
Okay.
Here's one critique I want. I would
Oh.
like that. You can see they have stripes on. Yeah, exactly. You can see that. You can see they have stripes on the adults. I wish that the stripes were a little darker because I like the coloration, especially on the back one on the left. I like
Oh
the
yeah.
dark red brown that they
Yeah.
have, like vibrant red brown. But I would wish there was more stripes. I like the
Yeah.
stripes design.
I can see that. I can see that. I have a very different way of designing patterns than a lot of paleo artists do. Like I would have gone something that made them look, I don't know, flashier in a muted way. Like just make them this brown color and then make like their pelvises like almost black.
I can see
That's the
that.
kind of shit I would do.
Yeah.
These little stripies. Are these the stripies or are these wrinkles?
Oh, that's wrinkles.
Okay. So baby doesn't have
I
any.
would like to see some eye spots on the frill. Not sure if the adults have them. We'll
I
see
would
later.
like to see some eye spots.
Eye spots some eyes.
Oh my goodness. It does make me wonder though, like, dinosaurs, especially the really big ones, have such small eyes compared to their bodies. Like, would just like black dots resemble eyes enough to work as eye spots?
Mm-hmm. I think in general people make the eyes too big.
Yeah.
There's definitely some species that have bigger eyes. I'm also guilty of this. So, but I think I sometimes I stop and I like appreciate a work of art, paleo art, where you can barely see the eyes, like there's just the tiny things,
Yeah.
especially on the huge sauropods and stuff. Because people have to realize that there's a physical limit to the eye size. I think.
Yeah. I don't know about these like ridges. I'm pretty sure that these ridges
I
are
also.
in like the what's it called? Carcharodontosaurids. But
Hmm,
I don't think they're known in
I think there is
Pachyrhinosaurus.
some rugose texture on the nose of, on the nasals of
Oh yeah, the
Carcharodontosaurus. Yeah, allosaurids.
Allosauroids. Okay.
I like this guy. I like
Yeah.
the darker scales on the frill. You can see some scales that have like a darker.
Yeah.
I like the pattern. I don't know. There's something weird about the face of the baby, but I'm not
I
sure.
think maybe it's because it has this white, what's it called? Sclera? I don't
It
know.
could be. It could be. Yeah.
Looks a little weird. Most reptiles have like a grayish or
Oh,
almost black one.
I like the beak. The beak is nice.
Yeah.
It have the
It's
shape of
very
all time.
cute. I like that.
Ooh, Luzo Titan, Portugal. We're back.
Okay, I see the lip looks really weird. The Simpsons
Exactly.
lip. Why don't they connect?
Also, they didn't do the possible theory that they had a keratinous covering. They didn't do that. That's fine.
Oh, that's
Uh,
true.
w- um, but I don't really like the lips. I don't like the
I don't
lips.
either. Like I'm around things like snakes and lizards quite a bit, and I think a lot of people, especially paleo artists, don't realize that uh, lizards and snakes, well, snakes are lizards, their lips are really squishy. Like you can just touch them and it bends, and they use it to feel their
Mm,
prey die. Like it's mushy.
yeah,
It doesn't need to be like a beak. It doesn't need to be stiff like this.
yeah. One thing is, I think it would look fine if the bottom lip was also bigger.
Yeah, like
You
if they
know,
just mash over each other and like its little face gets slightly wider when it closes its mouth, that'd be so cute.
we don't know. Like, we don't know what dinosaurs look like,
Yeah.
so maybe they had overbites, all of them. Also, face testicles.
Yeah. This is a little Wayne Barlow looking structure.
So here's the thing. Go forward a bit so it inflates it a bit more.
Oh,
Okay. First of all, I like the red going up the balloon. That
yeah.
on the eye. That, that's cool. Here's the thing. Those are supposed to be R6, right?
I think so.
Because if they're just part of the nasal passage, it wouldn't make sense. Because if you're trying to expel air, it would blow up the balloons.
Yeah.
Just by passively expending air. Then I'm not sure. Look,
Mm-hmm.
it might just be two air sacs that they're speculating they have there. It's fine. People don't like it on Twitter, as expected. The face looks fine. It looks like
Yeah.
a Giraffatitan
This
Brachiosaur
is like
face. We don't have no material for Ozotitan.
it's very like 2014 this design.
Like, yeah, I see that.
But I will
I don't like
quickly
how bland the rest of the body looks. Like,
I
I wish there was some scale
yeah.
variation, some gorbles, some gleebles, some gorbles.
Yeah.
Bird stuff.
I wish it had like those turtle
Um,
like scales on its head and then they just immediately stop in the neck. I think that would add some interesting contrast.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
I will quickly interject my own personal theory of sauropods because I like this. If you didn't know,
Please. Ooh,
Pedro, all kinds of reptiles can change color. Even crocodilians can.
ooh,
Crocodilians are
ooh,
just very
I think we've
slow.
already told.
I did tell you. I did tell you. Well, I'm gonna tell you again. So,
Tell me again.
crocodilians can also change color. They're just very slow at it, and the babies are faster at it. Sauropods can't
Mm.
go under shade. So, one of my personal theories that I really like is that sauropods could slowly become a slightly lighter, slightly darker color depending on the temperature. And
Or
that
sun
would be
exposure,
cool.
maybe.
Yeah.
I
Also,
think that would be really cool speculation, and you should definitely do a paleo art piece about that.
I have not done paleo art in so long. I probably should. But also, like,
You probably
solid
should.
blue. Imagine
No pressure.
solid blue sauropod. Solid blue.
I'm
Imagine.
imagining.
Beautiful.
Here's the thing. People say, look, they're sauropods. They're huge. They wouldn't have too much color because it's expensive to produce, right?
Hmm.
But if blue is structural, maybe
Exactly.
it's not expensive.
Give me
You're not really
more.
producing pigment, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure how it works,
the
but
iridophores are
maybe it would
like
be
tiny
possible.
mirrors. It's like when you throw glitter, how it reflects back. It's like a shit ton of glitter.
Yeah. But is that like part of the scales, or is that like
They're in
the
they're
pigment
in
cell
the
that?
cells.
Okay, so maybe that would still be too expensive. I'm not sure.
Who's to say?
I think at least some color. Look, I don't like how boring the rest of the body is. Like if you took out the balloon head, you look like a
Yeah,
almost Jurassic Park reconstruction,
yeah. I like.
a very conservative, very very conservative restoration, like except
Yeah,
the balloon head.
I like your
I like the wrinkle
sauropods a
color.
lot better. I
Oh, thank you.
You were very good at sauropods. I like your designs. They're
Cool.
flashy in just the right way.
Oh,
And
I,
this
oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, oh.
this design just isn't cutting it for me. I like its big orange elephant eyes though. That's cute.
Does it have? It almost looks like it has like ostrich feathers blocking the eye, whatever it's called.
Oh, oops.
Eyelashes, eyelashes. It almost looks like it has eyelashes,
Mother trucker.
which I wish I did.
Oh,
I wish they did have eyelashes.
I can't
I don't think they
tell.
do because the left eye, you would see them, you would see them on the left eye, I think.
Yeah.
On the right eye, on the right, the left too has. But
Whether or not
whatever, it's fine.
yeah.
Balloon heads, fine.
Whether or not they gave it like feather eyelashes. Lots of reptiles have scale eyelashes. Oops. So I kind of
Ooh, that's
wish they
true. So,
included that.
like spiky eyelashes. Okay,
What?
so I don't know what this is.
This looks
This is some
CGI.
CGI background. Yeah, this is definitely CGI.
Oh no, Pedro, if they do the first episode and it's just like, imagine back. And then it's just like a clip show of the entire rest of the show and then people talking about the show,
You
I would
know,
cry.
I think that's a real possibility, which is sad because then we won't have a Triassic episodes. Which in a show dinosaurs, a show called Walking with Dinosaurs is it's a decision. It's one of the decisions. So next shot. First of all, I would like to point out the color variation on the Pachyrhinosaurs. I think it's cool. Some of
Yeah.
them are really red, some of them are green. That's cool. It does kind of feel like artificial. They just kind of pick the color and paste it.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
it
there's a
looks
red
like
one.
a hue shift. Like they're all the
Yeah,
same saturation, just a hue
I
shift.
think it'll look really good if when closer shots
Yeah.
because but when you're seeing from up there, you can kind of see the like huge shift. Um, as dark gets so there's that paper where the pelvis of Quetzalcoatlus, and they say, oh, it might be folding its legs underneath. Uh, it's controversial. Some people don't agree with it. Some people do. Sure, we'll see. Well,
We'll
first
see.
of all, this is a pterodactyloid, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it lost its tail, and they should use its legs to maneuver as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, which I don't like that the Urupatagium, right? I don't know what it's called, is so small. I don't like it. I think it should be bigger. Not that one. The brachio. No, that's the uru, right?
I think
Uropatagium.
so. Because
Then
there's
the
like the
brachiopatagium is the one on the arms. I'm not
yeah,
sure. Okay, so the one
propatagium,
on the
right?
legs, I think it should be bigger. I think
Okay.
it should be a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Make more of a flap.
It's kind of weird that they
Um,
did it so tiny. It's almost like
mhm.
either include it or don't include it.
I also don't like
Weird.
how the feathers stop like immediately when they get to the membrane. Except
Yeah.
on the arms. The arms looks fine, but the legs look really weird. The
Yeah.
legs look really,
Like in
really weird.
bats, there's some bats that do that, but then like a significant amount of them just have like the fur continue and then you can't really tell where their arm or their leg is. And it looks kind of odd to just immediately stop.
I think it's fine, but it looks weird.
Yeah.
I like that you can clearly see that the tip of the wing is more stiff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the stretchy material.
Yeah.
It is attaching to the ankles, I think, which is okay. We don't know. Just don't know anything.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
This is not how I would draw an Ashtar but conjecture.
Conjecture.
I I will say there was that one paper about two pandactylus
Hmm.
navigans question mark imperator
Maybe
maybe
Navig. I don't remember.
that
The one with the
shows,
feather.
yeah, it has like
Oh,
very interesting feather structures and
like branched feathers,
yeah,
actual branched
branched
feathers.
type feathery things
Oh,
instead of
yeah,
just
that's the
single
thing because
filaments.
before that, people thought, well, they could just be growing out of the skin, and not like in a pore, like where they grow out with a feather branch and like
Mm-hmm.
spread the branch out. They could just be like literally growing out of top of the skin, like a scale.
Yeah, like
Like
insects have.
yeah. But that's Tupandactylus probably proves it otherwise. Probably proves it that they were just feathers.
It's so
They were probably just
interesting.
feathers.
And I feel like people forget that Ashtarkids do have relatives, including animals like Tubandactylus.
Tupandactylus, just as dark white.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
so they
but
could have
let's
gone
talk
real
about the design.
fancy. Okay. Do you want to talk
Yeah,
about it
they
here?
could have gone a bit fancy. I don't know if there's a better shot of it, of this one specifically, because this is a Canada one, which I don't think there's a different species.
The hand
I
looks
like
weird.
that there's some. Okay, yeah. I like that there's some pattern on the head. Like you can see some white
Yeah.
band and some red. I think there's some cool things going on with the head we can see.
Mm-hmm.
The feet look disgusting, but that's just pterosaur feet.
they look they look like if you took
Um,
a crocodile's foot and turned it into a human most of the way. That's what it looks like, and
that
it's real.
ooh, it is disgusting, but what can you do about it? The hand, I think it's fine. I think the hand's pointing forward. I think I can see that.
Yeah, it is
I
on
don't know
on
if
this
it's
side, so it is
sticking too
pointing
much
forward.
up. Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's sticking too much up.
I I
Not
feel
sure.
like it is. Granted, Ashtarkets have really big hands, but like the fingers kind of like slot directly in front of the wings so they don't fuck up the
Yeah, that's
aerodynamics.
what I was thinking about. I also don't know if the wrist is bending too much. Because here's the thing: there's an
Mm.
interesting dynamic going on where when pterosaurs, especially specifically Quetzalcoatlus, because the paper was about it, when pterosaurs bend their elbow, the wrist also bends a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
I think that's more than the degree of bending that would occur. I'm not sure.
If
At least when it's not flapping up or down, when it's
yeah.
the elbows come in. I'm not sure.
Oh, that seemed reasonable.
Here's the
If
thing.
oops.
Uh, go back a little bit because I don't think it's flapping with the wing finger. I think it's flapping with the wrist.
Oh
I'm not
gosh.
sure. Let's
I think okay, so a lot of
maybe it's
how
fine. Maybe
pterosaur
it's fine.
flight
I'm not.
works is not very well known because flight is so complicated that we can't really tell even
Hmm.
if we had everything we could want. Things like enantiornithes that don't have rectrices, they don't have tail fans, would have flown completely differently from modern birds. And we just don't quite
That's
know how
true.
that works. Pterosaurs also fly in a completely
Hmm.
different way, but to our understanding, most of their movement comes from the base of their arm twisting around and
And the
then
wing finger.
yeah, and the wing finger being moved an insane
Like
amount from that
basically
rotation.
the forearm, the forearm and wrist would stay basically
Yes.
almost stiff.
Yes.
Like I think there's not much degree of motion. There's some, right?
Yeah.
But not much, especially during flights.
Mhm.
Um, Here, the wing finger is the one doing the bending, which is fine.
Mhm.
Um,
I
Go back a little bit. Let me check. Also, this is a weird angle because you can see the wing. The wings are farther away from us.
yeah.
So
Oh fucker.
let's see. I don't know. Look, the wrists are bending a little bit more than I'm comfortable with, but also I don't know specifically. I feel
there
like
was a thing.
it's like I feel like it's flapping at the wrists. Like you can see what I mean. The
Yeah.
wrists are going kind of real a good amount of degree down when it's flapping, which I don't
So
think it could do.
part of the Quetzalcoatlus Lawsoni paper that I found intriguing was, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly, that the wrist would automatically bend when the elbow did.
Yes,
Don't.
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. And
When they flap down or
mm-hmm.
when they flex their elbows, there will be a certain degree of motion on the wrist
Yeah, in the same way that
automatically.
birds lift up their foot and their foot curls over. It's like that.
Hmm.
Like it's a passive motion.
Yep,
I feel
exactly. But
like
here's the thing: he's not doing that right now,
yeah.
and the wrist is bent. Like if this was happening, I think this would be happening when the arm was up or down. I think,
Yeah.
but we could also be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I feel like it might just be the animation looking gangly because the arm should move forward, like it should rotate forward when it's bending, if that
I
makes
can
sense.
see that.
Whereas it's just kind of staying
Mm.
still and then folding back. We'll see later when we see it from a different angle. Okay, we have
Okay, I like
I
I
like
like
the
this
black.
shot. This shot's nice.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
like the
yeah.
black. Oh, the shinies. I like that.
I like stripes. You can see the stripes on the crest as well. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
You can see the stripe.
That's nice.
I
I
think this one's nice. Horizontal pupil, I think. Maybe. I think it's kind of horizontal.
It
It's
kind
not
of looks
super
like it.
horizontal, but it's like goat
Yeah.
horizontal.
It's interesting because uh the horizontal pupils aren't required and might not have been too beneficial, but
Hmm.
it is nice to see.
I think there's a certain size limit. I think above certain sizes, it stops making sense.
Yeah, like
I think
two.
sauropods definitely didn't have them.
Yeah,
They're too high up.
like it gets to a
They just
point
you
where you
couldn't be
just
able to
have
focus
round
anything.
pupils
I
and
don't
stuff.
think. 'Cause I think at that height you just can't focus with the horizontal or vertical pupil.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why you see vertical pupils on smaller cats, and
Yeah,
like tigers don't have them
exactly.
because they're not so close to the ground. Like crocodiles have them, but crocodiles are basically snakes. Right?
Crocodiles are basically snakes, quote of the day.
They're just so close to the ground where they need to see the silhouette of the animal in vertical. So I think it's fine. It's not
Yeah.
too horizontal, right?
Yeah,
So
if
I
this
think
was
it's
an
nice. It's nice.
adressar, I would be like, no. But ceratopsids are
Mm,
pretty, their
I see
heads are
that.
pretty close to the ground, so I think that's fine.
Also, some really cool thing. I think you can see some weird. There's some structure inside the mouth. I think you can see
Oh,
on the
yeah.
top part of the mouth. You can see some volume there. It's interesting. They
Interesting.
modeled the palate and stuff.
That's cool. I hope we get a better look at that in the actual show. That'd be so cool to.
Probably. Ooh, okay.
You can see the little teeths. Little teeths.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm gonna throw
I
an
like that they have
orange
cheeks.
in
Oh
there.
my god, I hate. Look, I know it's fine because we don't know what ceratopsians look like, but I hate ceratopsians that don't have cheeks. It's like
Yeah.
they would just be eating, and the food would fall out of the mouth. Right?
Like one of my favorite parts of Prehistoric Planet is that like 1 second shot where the Triceratops eats a horsetail and it like pulls it into its mouth using the cheek like rabbits do. Where it like orients it so that it's sticking out of the side of its mouth so its beak doesn't snip it and then it
I
just chew
don't
chew
think I
chew chew.
saw that specific that detail. That's interesting.
It's like 1 second and I don't remember if it's the baby one or the adult
I think
one,
people
but
forget that herbivores have like this whole the book will teach you, right, and the teeth and the way the tongue as well. The tongue also plays a role.
hmm.
I think herbivores have evolved that system to better efficiently eat food. So at some point it's like almost automatically, right? The food
Yeah.
almost automatically into the mouth. I like the mountains in the background. Look nice. It looks
Yeah.
like painting almost.
So you've mentioned herbivory, Pedro, and I'm gonna say this
Rivery.
real quick before the Edrosaurs show up. But Edrosaurs have really neat chewing. Their skull deforms to let them chew, and when they chew things, food automatically
Is
moves
that
backwards in their mouth. It's so cool.
is that the fabled called kinematics?
Jokey dematics. I'm pretty sure that is what the
Ooh,
video's called. Oh, we're getting. This one is
ooh, I like the
beautiful.
front. I like the one screaming at the camera, front facing.
It's going mrrr, goes
Ah,
moo. That actually brings up something. There's a lot of stereotypical noises in paleo art media, and if these make cow noise, I'll cry. If these make elk noise, I'll cry. Just let them make some other
big
freaking
noises. They'll
noises.
make big noises. They'll make.
No. If they make a pig
They'll
noise,
make.
if they make like a
There's
pig
one
screech
in.
or a baby grizzly bear noise, I will punch the screen. I will choke out the creators.
It's that one in like early 2000s documentary. Tyrannosaurus is doing the elephant noise.
Yeah. Oh my
Ooh,
god. Just let them make like panda noises or something stupid where they just go like
and the noise. Fine. I
just
like this
make
shot. It
noises.
looks like it's an interesting shot. I don't know
Yeah.
if they were equipped to ram each other. I wouldn't say they were, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know if they have the. I think Pachycephalosaurs have a better shot of doing this behavior
yeah.
that they're doing right now.
I would
You can continue that they actually clash.
Oh gosh, they do.
And then Gastonia does a cameo.
I feel like something underappreciated in video media of dinosaurs is just how many animals just
Mm,
sit there and shove each other. Like they don't ram into each other, but they'll like lock their faces or their
yeah,
hands together and just shove around. There should be more of
I
that.
I like that. I like shoving matches. Be fine.
A neat thing that I do know about Centrosaurians, I keep saying it like that. Centrosaurians is that one of their most common injuries is the little tip of their tails being broken because they live in these big
Mm,
groups and they accidentally step on each other's tails.
oh, that's funny.
And that's cute.
Y- You know, maybe they did ram each other. They weren't adapted, so they broke their backs. So maybe we'll start finding broken vertebrae, and it was just it's just pathologies of them being stupid.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think if you think about it, them running at this speed with like being like 2+ tons, I don't know, 3 tons, I don't know how much Pachyrhinosaurus weigh. I don't think this is the biggest species. I think Canadensis is the
Yeah.
biggest.
Yeah, this is the
Um,
smallest one.
it still hurts. It
Yeah.
still hurts. You'd like break bone, like going at that speed and ramming each other.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
I feel like
It'd be,
something.
you know how violent it is in those those woolly things. You know what they are? Those woolly goat relatives that
Oh,
live in
the
these
mountain
hilly
goats?
places. No, they're big muskoxes. Are is that
Oh,
what they're called?
yeah, that's the big fluffy
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, the big goats, cow mimics, whatever. Uh, they're not that as big as this, and
Oh, they're
that's a super
weirdly
violent
small.
already.
Yeah.
They're really small, right? But that's already so violent when you see them ramming each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this would work with animals this big.
I think.
Maybe they did. Maybe
Oh.
they just shoved each other. Whatever.
I think a more realistic approach could that I would have really enjoyed because a lot of animals will do this is if two had a little disagreement and one starts chasing the other one from behind and like bamming its little nose into the back leg
Ooh,
like right here and they're just kind of
yeah.
like chasing each other in a circle for a moment and then they
Yeah,
scatter
the other one
away.
has to run away. The other
Yeah.
one has to run away because he can turn away, turn back.
Yeah. I think that would
Just
just be
just
really
running.
cute and a lot more realistic.
Mm-hmm. You see that behavior a lot. I see. Ooh, and then Gastonia. There's a green one.
Ooh, this one
I
has a
think this is a
blue eye.
Gastonia.
This one has a brown eye. So this
Ooh,
is the male, assumedly, because
maybe.
yellow.
Maybe. Why is it fighting that? I will say it looks a lot worse in this shot for some reason.
Yeah, I
Like
think.
you remember all the dust effects
Yeah,
on the scales on the neck? It's gone.
yeah. Maybe it's because this is like a wetter
So
environment. I don't know.
yeah, or maybe it's not
You can
finished.
see the scales
Not sure.
stretching right here.
Ooh, oh, oh. Eh. I like
Maybe,
the buccal osteoderm. It's
yeah.
fine.
Maybe they're just like doing a courting behavior where they kind of mash each other because there are a lot of turtles
Maybe.
that'll just like
But I also
bite each
think that
other.
the CGI here doesn't look
Yeah, it
great.
doesn't
Especially because
doesn't
like
look
this
as
is
nice.
okay, obviously when you're inside the forest it becomes like overcast, right? And I
Uh huh.
think Prehistoric Planet like somehow nailed it. Like the CGI looks incredible
Yeah.
even in these
Yeah,
environments.
yeah.
I can remember shots exactly like this where it looked real. And I don't think they quite nailed it here. Especially the scales on the face look really bad.
Yeah. I
Like
think
the scales next to the eye
uh-huh.
on the left one look really bumpy.
I
They
think
don't look
part of
great.
it might be that it's too in focus. If it was slightly out of focus, maybe we see the focus
Possibly.
shifting a little bit. It would look a lot more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can see on the top right, it has the good texturing on the top.
Oh yeah.
On the big osteoderm as well. But then the faces look weirdly plastic.
Yeah, weirdly smooth.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know what
know.
it is. It's just some weird rendering. I don't know. Baby
Oh no. Oh
Triceratops.
no,
I like
it's the dead Triceratops from Jurassic Park.
I like the body shape of the baby.
I do
It
too.
has
It's
the
so
little
cute.
chicken leg and the rat tail
I
and the hump.
think I think the frill might be too big. I don't know how big the fossil is of the baby one, but it's like the frill is like this
I
short.
don't think we have a baby Triceratops.
Yeah, the
I
frill
think
is
we have a
like this
baby
short. It's just like
Dinosaur.
stupid looking. I don't know how big this one's supposed to be, but
If it was this, I think we have a baby Centaur, right? I
we
don't think we have a baby Triceratops.
we do have a baby Triceratops. We have one.
Do we?
To
Oh,
my recollection, we have
maybe
one.
I'm wrong then.
Let me fact check.
But if it is the same, if Prehistoric Planet did it right, then if we assume it is right, then the frill should be smaller.
Oh yeah, we do have one baby Triceratops, and it is a lot
One,
shorter. But
one.
this looks
This could
more
also
like
not
the
be a super baby.
what?
This could be a. This could be instead of being like a super baby, this could be just a baby.
Yeah,
You know.
it really resembles another fossil we have of like it's labeled small juvenile. So I think this is just bigger than what I thought it was.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, the bigger Triceratops almost looks like practical effects.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks really good.
It
If that's
yeah,
CGI, that looks really good.
that looks
Which is
gorgeous.
weirdly inconsistent
Bon-
because that looks really good. I think the baby also looks good. The skin texture is really bumpy where the light is catching it.
Yeah, I kind of like it
But
because especially in
yeah,
animals that
it gives it
grow really
texture. Like,
fast, like they kind of look really lumpy and baggy, and then they grow into it.
hmm, I see that. Also, horns are sharpened. I think the adult's horns I think are sharpened.
Oh,
You can
that
see
looks so
weird
good.
angles on the tips
Yeah, that looks so good.
and scratches. It's not doing the curve. Ooh,
Whoa, this is some nice
mama.
texture. This is some nice
Oh,
texture.
mama.
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama.
This
Oh,
looks
she's
kind of
waking up.
looks
Oof.
a little bit bad. There's no wetness around the eye,
Yeah,
but
I would say it does look a lot worse than the other shot did just now.
yeah. Ooh, very
Ooh, the
clear,
baby looks.
baby.
Yeah, this is the shot I was talking about. The baby looks much better in this one.
I
I
will.
like the eye. I like the weird eye shape that
Yeah,
gives it like, personality.
I will complain about this because a lot of stuff does this, but
Go ahead.
animals with eyes on the sides of their head don't look with both of their eyes at the same time. That just ruins their focus.
That that is true.
So it should like turn its head all the way to the side, and that would look so cute.
hmm
The
Also, the
cuteness
white
factor.
sclera looks weird.
It does look kind
I
of
like the
weird.
stripes on the. I think it has stripes on the back legs, isn't it?
Ooh,
Hmm,
I think
Interesting.
so.
Interesting. Huh.
I like the spikies. I want to grab it.
I think you can see the mouth better here. The
Yeah.
mouth looks a lot better than the other shot. I think there's a lot of tissue on the cheek,
Mm-hmm.
because the other shot was more top down, it would look very very weird. I
Yeah.
think here looks better. I also like the rings on the keratin,
I
the
do
growth
too.
patterns.
It looks really
That
cute.
looks cool.
Pedro
Oh,
sauropods.
oh, or sauropods. So this one, you might notice the vegetation. One might notice the trees.
Are
Now,
these acacia? What
I
are
think
these?
these are pine trees,
Oh,
just regular common pine. These are really common in Portugal. I don't know if it's common pine in English, the name, whatever. It's a very common type of pine here in Portugal. This is not Portugal, by the way, because this is the same vegetation as shown in the Spinosaurus, which
Oh
means
my
this is
goodness.
parallelized, um, or something similar. Now, the thing is, I don't think this is what Spinosaurus environment looked like, but I'm also could be wrong because I'm not an expert
Mm.
of chem bed environments.
I used to like the
I don't
Chem
think these
formation, but
pine
I
trees.
don't know anything about it.
I think it was more lush and wet, and this looks like
Okay. This is
southern Portugal. I'm not joking.
yeah.
This looks exactly like a small house, like a place near a small house in Alentejo, of
Iconic.
my small house in Alentejo, which is southern Portugal, which is very dry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it has these trees everywhere, these pine trees everywhere. I don't know if this is what it looked like. I don't think this is a good
Yeah.
reconstruction of the environment, but also could be wrong. I've seen people complain about it as well.
Maybe okay, get this. Maybe this is sand and they're at the beach.
Ooh, maybe.
That is the only
Maybe
excuse I can
this
think
is
of.
the dry season.
May-
Couple things. I like the feet a lot. The feet all look really nice on the
yeah.
sauropods. Look at them. They're turtle, turtle hangers, turtle bangers. I don't know. I like the wrinkles. I like
Yeah.
the wrinkles on the neck also look nice. I like the stupid Titanosaur face that they have.
I love that
Um,
so much.
those fucking stupid. Look at them. They're also huge. They're really big, which makes me think this
Yeah.
is Barrel Titan.
This actually
Just
gives
look at
us a
those
sense of
countries.
scale.
Oh,
I appreciate.
yeah, these look huge. Like once you start looking at the trees, you're like, oh god, they're so much
Mm-hmm.
bigger than the trees.
I also I
Uh,
don't know if they're gonna do it, but I do remember a paper that showed like sauropods can angle their toes either outward or straight down depending on what substrate they're on.
mm,
And I
really?
don't remember the rules for that, but it is something that they do and something we have footprint evidence of.
I don't think I've had read that paper. That'll be interesting.
If I find it, I'll show it to you. But it was really neat
Thank
because
you.
it's just like anti-slip technology, which understandably they would have.
Mm. So it's like curling the toes in, like
Yeah.
mm, curling the claws. I like them. They have like some stripy patterns, I think, on the top.
Oh yeah, they
Maybe
do.
some very light patterns.
Yeah.
I like them. They're cool. They're cool.
Titanosaurs look
They're
really dumb. They're so
also the
round.
they look really so stupid. There's some dumb things. Also, the back one on the left is more gray, I think.
Oh, it totally
I
is.
mm, which I like. I like gray things.
I do
Not
too.
like I think there's been a shift in paleo art where people no longer draw gray because it was a meme before.
Yeah,
I also like gray things. I think they look cool.
they do. Ooh, this is
Ooh, ooh.
yes.
This is first of all, I just want to before we talk about anything else. Is that an ammonite on the bottom left?
It is.
I was not sure. I was like, what is that? Maybe it is. This is a callback to Walking with Dinosaurs 3D for sure. There's a scene where the Albertosaurus kills
Yeah.
a Zarkid.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like the shape of our Albertosaurus here. I think it looks
I
nice.
love their legs. They look so funny.
Mm-hmm. The meaty top legs and then chicken legs on the bottom.
I love it so
Chicken.
much.
I like the pattern as well. You couldn't see
Yeah,
the pattern before.
that's really
I
cool.
think this is the same individual. I'm not sure because this one is also purple. And I think from a promotional image there was one that was more blue. So I think this is the same one and it has nice patterning. I like that the top
Oops.
is gray black. That's
Yeah.
interesting. With some brown. Ooh, there's some brown spots on the
Yeah,
pelvis.
it camouflages into these kinds of rocks, which I think is a really cool
Hmm.
choice. I love
I
that.
like it. Also, I like that yes, the dark is like really dark. That's funny.
Yeah, that
With
I like this design a lot
the
better than the
wing is.
gray one.
Hmm. I think the wing is white. Or is that just what is happening with the wing there?
I
The
think
the arm.
The arm is either white or the it has no feathers there. So it's got like
Mm,
naked on the top, which is a cool choice because there are bats like that.
could be. Yeah. I like the neck of these orchids. It's doing the bending of
Yeah.
having huge vertebra. Can bend the neck
Oh,
very well. It's just, oh.
I forgot to say this earlier. There was a cool paper which proposed that Ashdarkids fly very similar to things like waterfowl and swans, where they are constantly
Mm,
flapping and they fly really fucking fast. And in
I
this
could see
trailer
that.
so far, we saw them kind of like glide, which looks terrible because they don't look. Just looking at these animals doesn't look like they should be able to do that.
Ooh, I think one thing I didn't point out in the last shot is that
Oh, yeah?
the arms, I think the larger the head is, right, in the neck, the more forward the arms have to point, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no center of mass.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all like
Why
holding
they
them
look really
straight
stupid
out.
when they're just when they have huge necks, they will look really stupid because they're just like doing almost Superman pose.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I like the CGI on on this shot a lot.
Yeah, this looks
The
great.
texturing. Look at the texturing on the bottom of the heads, on the neck of the Albertosaur, like all
Yeah,
the
that's
wrinkles, sketch
nice.
lights. That's really nice. I think the shot looks really good.
Another fun
Also
thing.
wonder, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
First of all, I'm not going to source anything. If you want to find it, go Google. But I read this one thing one time. This is real. This is real life. Uh,
Ooh,
Tyrannosaurs have a
real
lot
information.
smaller of strides than a lot of people animate. Like they kind of have like little
Mm,
pitter patter feet, which looks to be represented here. Let me try and
I see.
like little step, little step.
Ooh,
And they're not like
ooh.
running by like being completely in the air for a minute. They're just kind of going like steppy, 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 steppy.
I know the femur balances between the pubic and ischium, right? I think the
Yeah,
femur is between the bones, so it doesn't move that much.
yeah,
Like I see some reconstructions sometimes of people doing like almost cheetah, like they're just in the air and the femur is like high up, pointing
yeah.
forward.
That's terrible and ugly. That's my
Hmm.
official position.
Ooh,
But
I like the
things
shape of
like
the head here, catching the
oh
lights.
yeah, you can see the
Wow,
top of the head. That looks really pretty.
nice.
Animals like
Oh,
hadrosaurs, because I'm coping because we haven't seen them again yet. Hadrosaurs have
mm.
immense gaits. Like tyrannosaurs go like steppy, 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 steppy. But if you just focus on the legs of hadrosaurs, they go like step, wee, step, wee, step, wee. They're like horses, where their stride is just really big
Ooh.
and they just aren't that fast, but they go forever. And I think that's
Look
really
at some.
cool.
I think that's really interesting.
It
But look at
is.
something I just found.
What?
Look at the bottom leg of the. No, go back a little bit. Go back a
Oops.
little bit. Look. Oh, wait a second. No, it doesn't show it. Because look at the leg. Look at the bottom. Don't go around. Don't
Okay.
unpause it. Look at the leg of this orchid. It's like fully black, right?
Yeah.
Now go forward a little bit and pause it.
Oh.
What? What? Is that reflective for feathers? Is that why it's doing
Oh.
that?
That could be
I'm,
interesting.
I'm wondering. Is that like it looked gray at the start?
Yeah, it's all black here. But
Mm-hmm.
when it angles toward a certain direction, it's glossy.
Ooh. That's why the wings look bright,
Yeah,
I think.
interesting.
That's an interesting thing. I'll be curious to see that in motion more. Ooh, I like the face on this dark. It was just like, oh. Ooh, look at the.
Oops.
Go back just a little bit, just a little bit. Look at the feather texture. No, go back. Go forward a little bit. Go forward a little bit. Look at the feather texture on top. I think it looks nice.
That does look really
It has
nice.
some nice texture on top.
I want to pet it.
It's like fluffy. It's like teddy bear.
The little like velvety bit. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so
Okay, I think this shot
shaped.
this shot's giving me more points.
Yeah, this shot is definitely
Giving me
blink blink 2 points.
bling, bling.
All
This
right.
shot's nice. Ooh, now more Portugal, Luso Titan.
Oh, the red is really pretty.
Mm-hmm. One is blue and the other one's red. They're almost inverted colors of each other. 'Cause one is
Oh, that's cool.
more
Yeah,
blue underneath.
yeah. This one is less blue. This one is more blue. That's fun.
Also, their chest is really puffed out. I don't know if that's a thing. Uh, some
Yeah,
animation thing. I don't know.
maybe
Uh,
their stomachs are just held in.
I guess, yeah, because
Oops.
yeah, I probably just held in. Okay, so I would like some more skill diversity.
Yeah,
I like the wrinkles. I like the scar. There's a scar there.
yeah. That's cool.
Um, I do think it's a little bit too uniform. I also think the back is breaking on the left one.
Yeah,
Let's not talk
yeah.
about that.
Peanut.
Um, peanut, peanut sauropod.
Oops.
I do like the wrinkles. I like the wrinkles. I like it. I like the colors.
Mm.
Um, red. They're blue. You were talking about fully blue. Well, there it is. We talked about it. I do wish they had some more texture variation because specifically, Lusotitan was found in Portugal, right? Late
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Portugal. And there's a footprint of a brachiosaur. It's from late Jurassic Portugal as well. That has some striations. It's like a 3D print. Like the sauropod put the footprint in, and then the inside of the footprint was 3D printed
Mm-hmm.
by filaments of sediment and then preserved. And then we have that fossil, and you can see striations on the sides where the sauropod took out the hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which would mean that they would have like a rugose, like bumpy, scaly tubercular texture on the hands,
I was hoping you'd
which
bring
they
that
don't
up.
here.
Yeah, they have like turtle
Yeah,
hands. Like a lot of tortoises have those big scales just all over their peats, and they give the same marks on their footy prints.
I don't know how big the scales would have been because I think the imprints are quite small, but they would be bumpy at least,
Mm-hmm.
bumpy enough to leave a mark when in the mud.
Yeah.
When the sauropod would take out its hand from the sediment. So, I mean, look, making scales for a model is really time consuming, and I guess like, look, I don't blame them, but it looks fine. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
look textureless. It looks like prehistoric planet sauropod.
Yeah.
Like there are also, I mean, some sauropod in prehistoric planet has some nice scale variation, but
Mm.
it looks fine. It looks fine.
Yeah. I hate Spinosaurus.
In I hate him. I loved Spinosaurus before. Now he looks stupid and ugly.
There's no footprints. Where's our pyrotechnics exploding every time they take a step?
This shot looks really fake,
It really does.
incredibly fake. And you know what it is? The lighting, the shadows, the overbloom, the contrast looks like early 2000s awesome bro documentary.
Yeah.
It looks like that documentary with the huge monster Spino that just killed
Oh
everything.
my god, yeah.
It looks like that
It
almost, like
does.
super overblown, contrast, bloomy.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
doesn't look. I don't think the Spinosaur segments are looking too great.
They
I
don't.
also don't think the environments are looking that great. I'm serious when I'm saying this.
Mm-hmm.
This I could go to southern Portugal right now, take a picture of a lake nearby my house. It's super dry, super arid, um, and it will look almost like this, almost exactly.
That's hilarious. What if it
I
was
don't
filmed
think
in
this is a good
Portugal?
reconstruction. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe the also Titan segments were because I know at some point they have to come to Portugal because there's going to be paleontology segments, right?
Yeah.
Um, Now, here's the thing. I'm not an expert on the Bahariya formation. I think it's called, right? I don't know what the other one is called. Um, but I don't think he was this dry. I just don't think it is the
Yeah.
case. It's just weird. Why would they do this?
It might, hypothetically, it might be a cost saving measure so they don't have to crop out all the plants in the foreground and in the middle ground and stuff.
Could be. But I think I'd rather them find an analog and have like grasses and stuff. I'd rather have the better analog with the wrong plants in. Like
Yeah.
why didn't they film this in Florida or something? I don't know. They
Yeah.
could have filmed it in Florida.
That would have looked so
I don't know.
good.
Just something I noticed. I like the sail. I think is different on the both of them. Like
Oh
the
yeah, it
right one
is.
has the bigger back of the sail, which is cool.
Yeah. This one's more like the fossils we have, and then this one's more like whoop.
Hmm.
That's fun.
I wish the sails had more color though.
Yeah. Things like
If they're gonna be that big.
mm-hmm. Things like what are they called? Water dragons? I don't know. The big like solid black lizard that has a sail like this.
Oh, I think I remember.
Theirs is on their tail, but I feel like I would have
Hmm.
liked this design so much better if both of them were just like a solid grayish black instead of having this weird orange detracting from the sail and then having like these weird highlights of
Mm.
orange. I don't know.
I think that'd be interesting. I think the neck on the left one looks weird. Like
Yeah,
you can
it's got
see,
this
can you
really
see?
harsh bend and then it goes straight.
And then yeah, I don't think that's how it would bend. I think
Yeah.
that's just an animation error.
It might just be the way they rigged the models to where this part
Hmm.
doesn't bend, like it's part of their head basically, but like the head joint's right here.
It's hard. It's really hard. It's probably really hard to animate a Spinosaur neck because they were like they had the S curve
Yeah.
um bird like thing.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. We don't know. I like it. You can see the muscles on the leg on the right one catching light. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's nice. But overall, I don't like this shot.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
look,
either.
Carcharodontosaurus.
Oh shit.
There it is. I think there's a better shot of it. I think
Okay.
there's a shot where he's in focus. There's the hand of the guy of all time.
The guy of all time. The
Oh,
Utahraptor, presumably.
I don't like it. I think
Yeah,
it's the feathers being too
the
close to the
head.
body. Like it's.
Yeah, the head is completely separate from the neck, which just should not be the
Hmm.
case.
Exactly. Here's the thing. You know when Jurassic Park or Jurassic World makes feathered dinosaurs and they just like look like exactly the same but with feathers. Like you can see the
Yeah,
contours and stuff. It looks exactly like this.
it does,
Like this
especially
thing
right here.
is bear size. This thing looks bear size, right?
Uh huh.
Is it why like do bears look like this? I don't know. I feel like they could have done more.
Yeah,
I
like
don't think make it more feather and then give it like a huge bald spot on the underneath the wing, like a
yeah.
ostrich or something. I don't know.
Okay,
It
I'm gonna
looks
give you like
ugly.
my
Look,
heads
this
up
is
for how to design this in the way that I would do it. I
okay.
would make it all solid dark
Okay.
brown and then have a bald spot on the back of its head and it's like pale pink and then it looks like it's bald. And that's what I'd
I
do.
would never have guessed that.
But this
Bald is
does look
nice.
weird how they chose to feather
It's
it.
just this is my least favorite design of the show so far.
Yeah, it looks more like a Papo toy than
This
anything.
looks incredibly weird. Doesn't look natural at all. The
Yeah,
lighting, also the CGI isn't great here as well.
look how the
Doesn't
feathers
do it service.
gradate. It gradates to
Mm-hmm.
gray. That's not how feathers work. What the heck?
Oh, how? What do you mean? Like, colors change color in between them just to
What
gradate the rest.
what do you mean? The feathers are blue. Birds are blue,
Here's the
feathers
thing.
blue.
They for some reason they made the lips here more natural in the sense that they connect both to the same level. They're not overbites.
Mm-hmm.
But then the back is like they did the rictus thing, right, of the
Yeah.
birds. But it looks so weird.
They didn't
It's like overly
commit to
highlighted.
it. Yeah. It's so
Hmm.
small. Like the rictus in a lot of birds, especially like eagles, is just so big and funny looking. I feel like they should have
Hmm.
committed to making it big because it just looks weird how little it is.
They did make the face of the front of the face keratinous, I think. If you look at it,
Oh yeah.
I think it is keratinous. So that is interesting.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit too smooth, and I just don't like this model. I
I
really don't like this
don't.
model. It looks ugly. Yeah, it looks nice, but the rest looks ugly. Even though they looks bad.
It
The wings, they did the wings right, almost right.
yeah, there's a hole there's holes in it.
There's there's souls in the. Yeah, I was gonna point that. I said that they did the rings. They did the wings right, and then I saw the holes. I was like, okay, never mind.
It's admittedly
But
very hard to make bird wings in 3D, but
hmm well, I like that
yeah.
they gave it the membrane in between
Yeah,
the arms and the shoulder.
yeah, that's good. That's great.
That's cool. They have a huge chest,
Yeah.
huge chest,
Something.
which is like,
It's
were they
not.
flying?
Yeah, that's for birds to fly. Their breast muscles and their keel is like that to fly. If you look at dromaeosaurs and troodontans and stuff, they just don't have that at all. So they look like really stupid triangles. Like birds are more of ovals,
Hmm.
and dromaeosaurs are like funny triangles, and that is not represented.
So some thoughts. Like I like the Gastonia a lot in this shot. Looks really good.
Phew, phew,
Nice
phew.
texturing on the top. I like the saturated accents. Looks really nice on keratin.
Mm-hmm.
I like the yellow underneath. This is a good design. I could
Yeah.
see that in the Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
This Gastonia has been like, for some reason, Gastonia, like no one would ever think that. No one would ever think Gastonia would be blowing everything out of the water. But and then you have this like unnatural Utahraptor next to it,
this
which
is this is giving me terrible flashbacks to prehistoric Fight Club.
mhm. It just look at its face, the way the wings are made, the way the arms are splayed out,
Yeah. Ooh,
the
ooh, wait.
animation, the body.
I have a neat thing, Pedro. First,
Ooh.
it should have had like a lot longer feathers leading up to the wing because that would mask how bad this part looks. But it has the nubbies, like the bird foot nubbies in its fingers, and that is not something that they have. Their fingers are
Because they
smooth
don't
like
support weight.
mice. We know that from
Well,
Enchiornis.
well, so here's the thing: those pads, for people don't know, those pads are usually for reduced stress, right? And they're
Mm-hmm.
usually on the foot because they reduce the the pressure on the bone, right? It just distributes the weight.
Mm.
There's no reason for dinosaurs to have them huge in the hands. I can see some padding, especially dinosaurs that use the hands a lot to hunt.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you're putting a lot of stresses on the bones. But that's straight up a foot on the hand.
Yeah.
That's just a foot.
Yeah.
Um, Man, it's a
I
shame.
don't
I like
know.
the mouth instead of the mouth looks
Yeah,
nice.
the mouth looks
All
nice.
I can say about it.
I like how they didn't
The
give it
mouth
the
looks
like tiny
natural.
paleoart tongue, like kingfisher tongue.
Hmm.
They gave it like an actual regular looking thing. It's lifting it up, so
I
like
guess.
the tip should be at the front of its mouth, but I think it's lifting it up in the
Hmm.
back. So that's nice.
And I think this overall also doesn't help is we haven't seen it blink, the Utahraptor, and it has a bit this cocaine ass stare the whole time,
Yeah.
which doesn't help.
It
It just looks unnatural. I'm
it
sorry, if you
does.
cut this image in half, I would not say that the Gastonia and the Utahraptor is from the same shot.
Yeah.
Almost, it's just almost weirdly different
This looks
with
like a
CGI
Path of
quality.
Titans character. This looks like Walking with
Exactly,
Dinosaurs.
man.
Huh.
Whatever, man. Whatever, whatever, Utahraptor. Oh,
Ooh.
wait. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit, just before. Let me just see. Just before the shot changes.
Ah, frick.
Ooh, I wanted to see the Utah. Oh, okay, you can see it better here. Hmm.
Their
I don't like it. It
shoulders.
hasn't blinked.
Its arms are lifted slightly too high to exaggerate the animation. Their
I was
dromaeosaur
gonna
arms can't
say
really
I don't
go
know.
horizontal.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how much they can flap because I know they don't have the shoulder mobility of birds. Obviously,
Yeah.
they don't have to flap to fly. So I was gonna say, but I also don't know. So,
I really
but I can
hope
see that being too high.
I really hope they show it manipulating objects on its hands because there's not enough animation of that,
Mm,
and there was a whole paper about that, and it was so cool. Because it was a thing where it's like,
let's
ah,
hope.
they're raptors, they grab with their hands, and then there was tons of paleo art, and then it's like, oh, they have wings, and then people stop doing that, but their hands still work.
Oh, you know, you know what? You just reminded me. I wish we got a Middle Jurassic Dilophosaurus episode.
Oh, that would have been so
Because
good.
you just reminded me. Because do you remember the Your Dinosaurs Are Wrong video when they talk about what you can do with the sand, like the way you could
Yeah,
move its hand and grab stuff?
yeah.
I was thinking, wait, And then I thought, hey, wait, imagine if we got like an updated Dilophosaurus reconstruction
That'd be
with
so
like the
good.
sinuses being connected,
Yeah, the
the
big
nasal
casque.
passages being connected to the the crest because the crest is just an expansion of the antormal of Nestra.
That would be so good. Just seeing it
Ah,
use its
that's gonna be stuff.
arms. And that poor
That's
fossil
gonna be
one
stuff.
though, its arm was so fucked up it couldn't even hold it
It's so
forward.
broken.
It was so sad
His
looking.
default position was like sideways. It's
Yeah, it was
so funny.
sticking its arm out all the just straight out. Oh, I hope we get
You went
stuff like
if
that.
that Dilophosaurus goes to the doctor and says, and the doctor says, why are you doing that? And he says, I'm not. It's just default.
Ooh, we got
Okay. So we got either Quetzalcoatlus Bolsoni or Inferno Dracon. I don't know what the differences are. I'm not sure. I don't care.
real.
How's Darkid?
I like
It
the
looks really stupid and nice.
fleshy pinkish brown colors.
Hmm.
It
I like the
looks
blue head with
yeah.
the that looks nice with
It
the
looks
cassowary casque as
yeah,
well.
it looks a little too much like a Kasawari maybe.
No, let's not talk about that. I like the neck. I like the neck.
Yeah.
The neck is positioned well. It's not. I like the that you can see the whole arm from the because the flaps of the wing are covering it, so you can only see part of it. It's like a bat.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's not like you
nicely
can see the
done.
whole like volume of the arm. See, I think it looks real. I think it looks better than the other one
It
that they showed,
does. It does. Oh,
but
here's
also
more
this one's on
clear.
the ground. Oh,
Pterosaur standing on two
the
legs.
hands are
David
nice.
Peters would be proud.
Mm,
I love that though.
not enough babies hanging onto it.
I've I've talked about this before, I think in the last reaction thingy we did. But like it's weird that people refuse to draw pterosaurs standing on two legs because it's just a thing they can do. Like dogs can stand on
Mm-hmm.
two legs.
No, they can't. I'm joking. They can't.
it's
Here's
I
the thing:
I think it's David
we have no evidence
Peters.
to we have no evidence to point out that they had keratin on the beak. It could just be a flashy, pointy thing. Just putting it out there. We have no evidence.
I think
I
Red
don't think we do.
Parinkus does, but I think that's actually the only one.
Yes, but that's a specific part of the beak. Like that's like a
Yeah.
point. Like it's almost like a different bone.
Yeah.
Weird. It's like a premaxilla. So imagine if we're all reconstructing these guys with um, keratin beaks, and in reality, they were just horrible flesh triangles.
Evil. Uh
Evil. It
it's
makes sense though. Keratin makes sense.
yeah. It, I don't think it has quite enough fairing, like the
Yeah,
fleshy bit right here,
I
but
agree.
there's some, so that's good.
You would create a you'd create air resistance when it
Yeah.
flew.
Like they should kind of look more like their whole
But
body
I
is an oval and the oval goes up into their neck. It's really funny.
mm, God, they will look really stupid though. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! If you just don't look at the neck, you just look like a person in a furry suit with a. It just looks so stupid. I like that it's intimidating the baby instead of trying to eat it immediately.
Yeah, like something
And
I
that's
I always think is funny is like really big birds, like animals that you could just kick and it would die. They just pretend like they're hot
mm,
shit. Like swans and geese will just walk up to you and be like, What are you looking at? What do you think you're doing?"
mhm.
And it's like it's kind of intimidating cuz they pretend like it and especially things like reptiles and birds fall for visual displays so easily that I like to pretend that
Mhm.
like Quetzalcoatlus would just sit there and look intimidating and everything would be like
Okay, a couple things. First of all, it looks like he has blood on its mouth.
Ew, it does. That's really
And the
red.
second thing is, it does have the correct number of toenails. The fingers look really stupid, but it does only have 3 toenails. I also don't think the arms are bending sideways enough, right? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, it
'Cause,
could.
ceratopsians had that stupid gait where the hands
Yeah,
have to, for the hands to point forward, they have to put the elbows out.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I'm not
the toes are
sure.
all pointing forward. The elbow should be like more straight out. in this position to make its
Mm-hmm.
feet point like that.
That's what I'm saying. It looks
Yeah,
weird. I'm not weird about that.
I like its
Also,
stupid
the
crocodile foot. That's funny.
it looks pretty stupid. I like that their toenails, like
Yeah.
they're like so round. Okay,
We're
well,
about to see
there
that
he is.
right there.
Oh,
I have a
oh,
quick complaint. Jumping
just
backwards.
break his head. Incredibly, he just destroy his head from doing that.
So, a fun thing, Pedro, and something that As Dark as like this probably did, is that sort of
Hmm.
spearing thing that things like storks and
Yeah.
fucking the other things do. But when they do that, their mouth is open. And they don't strike the grounds. Like
True.
they purposely don't strike low enough to actually hit the ground.
Well, first of all, technically, like herons do it a lot on fish.
That's what I was thinking of.
So you're doing it on water, right? You're
Yeah.
not doing it on solid ground, or you just
Yeah.
explode your face. Maybe that's why we don't find so many fossils on their heads. They just explode.
They just explode and go boom, psh. So
Yeah.
like this is
They have
something I
one
would
try.
expect
They
it
have
to
one try to get food.
Now I'm just imagining it poking like a landmine and then the whole thing explodes. um this
Could
is
be.
something I would expect them to do, but its mouth should be open so that it can actually spear things. And also this looks like pretty tough ground. And it should probably
Mm.
try and like target it in a way. And not just like commit to hitting the ground, you know?
It's like if it doesn't hit it, I don't think it would continue going into the ground, right? You just stop
Yeah.
a little bit.
Because it's not
Uh,
like 1 inch tall. This is pretty big.
yeah. I think I can see the nostril on the quets was next to the anterior part of the fenestra. No, it was. I think it's correct, the nostril. It's hard to tell. It's just below the play button, I think.
Oh, I think I
I
see
think it's
it.
right there. Yeah, I think the eye looks stupid, but it's normal. Uh, I don't like that the mouth goes so far back, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Whatever. I like the crest colors though. They're
Yeah,
fine.
it's pretty.
There's some purple on the front. I think
Oh,
on the front of the crest. Pink, maybe.
interesting. That might be like a little
That's
bit of
interesting.
pinkish and it's just blurring, but I like that's neat.
Could be interesting colors. Eyes look stupid, but it's just quite so. It's dark. It's gonna do. It's gonna look stupid anyway.
Yeah, this is
Ooh,
pretty.
okay. Pickle shot.
I like how you see all their little horns, and the horns kind of like are whitish, so it kind of looks like the
Mhm.
lightning. That's a cute little detail.
Is the lighting like actually on scene or is it special effects?
I So the way this is looking looks like they might have cropped out the background and added a different sky, but it could also just be the
Because
actual sky.
like something about it feels like they filmed that day and they just color shifted, look
Yeah,
like night. Like you see
it
what I
does
mean?
look like that. Yeah, you can still see all the
But the
green in the
lighting looks
plants.
really good, which is weird. But could be other sky lighting, right? Like go ahead, go for like I want to see if I can see the
Okay,
reflection of the lighting on on the plants on the trees. Go back a bit more, I think.
okay,
I don't think it illuminates the trees at all,
yeah, it's not
which I
interesting.
think you're right. I think they cropped the lighting in maybe.
That's the noise lightning makes.
Phew.
No, you can't just show an
Okay,
Adrosar
look,
and then it dies immediately.
before that,
Yeah,
they did one thing that Prehistoric Planet didn't do.
the neck
The neck
scales.
scales. Look,
Oh my
the
goodness.
bumps.
The
They
bumps.
did it
Let me get it before disaster.
before disaster.
It's so
Ooh,
blurry.
they also they made the crest super
Yeah, it's
not
bulbous.
just a little thingy
That's
that the fossil was, which is
interesting.
interesting because it is soft tissue, right?
Yeah.
So
It is
maybe it was
dead.
bigger. It is that. That's a
I would
thing you
have
should point out. It is demise.
It is dead. It is rotting. I would have liked it to be more
Hmm.
like a big flat comb, but I guess this is running off the idea that like it is dead. It is rotting. but
This is just
it's nice.
bulbous. It's interesting.
They
I like the face of
put
the shape of the mouth with
yeah, the jaw being wide is proper. I love that. And it's
and
got
the
the little
exopodia I think also makes it really. Oh yeah, they gave it
yeah,
the
they give it
Tethys
the
Draco, the Tethys Hadrosh,
no, this is
uh,
almost
the
how it
meme
should
thing.
be. This is almost how it should be. You should see it on the lower jaw like this, but these ridges on the upper bill should only be on the inside. You shouldn't see them from the outside. Other
Mm.
than that, this would have been like perfect.
I think it looks really nice.
It
This
does.
Edmontosaurus.
Oh, and the little
Oh, it does
cute
have
wide cheeks.
the dorsal scales. I think.
Oh, yay, good. They seem to be the right shape. If
Good.
I remember correctly, this is the shape that
Good. Good.
Edmontosaurus
Oh,
has.
he looks very distinguished. A very distinguished
This
gentleman.
this had better not be its nose though.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's below.
Yeah, like down
I think
here.
it's that. I think that's just the shadow of the
Okay.
nasal passages.
Edmontosaurus, especially Anectons, has this really wide like cheeks and base of its head, and I'm so glad they captured it. This is so good. I love this. I'm
I
in love with this.
mm, duck
It's
horse. Oh,
Look at the shine in its
oh.
eye. The poor horse is seeing its demise. There it is.
immediately, immediately dies.
5-ton Tyrannosaurid at
You know what
45
it is?
miles an hour.
You know what it is? That it's not even going to show up in the documentary. This is gonna the only shot of it. Is this?
No.
Is this dying?
I would cry. My favorite part of walking with dinosaurs as a kid was the Edmontosaurus annectens, Anatotitan.
Mm.
And they
And
just
I
die on screen.
mm.
Ooh,
Ooh, this is a
bluish.
different one. Blue. Interesting. Ooh, dead.
Accurate, accurate behavior. There's a
I
reason
like that. Going
these
for the
bulbs are
throat,
here.
the neck.
Yeah, there's a reason there's the big necky scales.
Oh, I like the face. Look at the shape of the mouth of the Edmontosaurus. It's like,
Yeah,
ah,
it's so
eh,
cute.
no. It is very cute.
I really hope, Pedro, they show the Edmontosaurus fighting back because if this bit you, you would immediately get cut in half.
Hmm.
Like it
It
is
would
a
rip the arm of
bite
the
machine.
Albertosaurus.
Yeah,
Imagine how powerful the white is.
I like.
Crunch
Yeah,
down leaves.
its head is like
Oh,
bigger than a person is or something. I don't know quite how big it is. I haven't been fortunate enough to see
probably.
a fossil in real life, but
Depends on the. I think there's some really big. I think there's some
yeah,
Edmontosaurus, but I think it's the Nectons. I don't remember. That rival Shantungosaurus in size, which is incredibly big.
it is a beautiful creature. I can't see the hands up close, so I can't judge that, but that was nice. Oh, look, they're doing the
Utahraptors.
prehistoric planet thing where they do the firehawk thing. They go in the fires.
I'm yeah. They look better here because we can see them.
Yeah. They look better because we can't see them. They're more incorporated into the shot than almost any other shot we've seen.
Hmm. They look nice here.
They run kind of
Group
funny.
behavior, it's fine. We don't know if they will live in groups or not.
Yeah, the
I like the
only
shot as well.
evidence we have, I think, is in Utah Raptor specifically, if I
Oh
remember
yeah,
correctly.
that bone bed of them jumping into the mud pit
Yeah.
and then dying. That was funny. And still being excavated. So I like there's the pelvic shield. That's
Yeah.
nice um,
I hope.
on the guy.
Now, Prehistoric Planet also did this, but I hope that they show it eating the charcoal and stuff. Just like that one.
Hmm.
I think it was Edmontonia. Whatever.
I think it was Anodontosaurus. I think the one was that kind of green.
Oh,
It went
like
to the
in the
burning
show it
things.
was, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
Anodontosaurus. There's a fossil
Oh,
of
you were talking about the fossil,
yeah.
Borealis pelta, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds right. That sounds right. It is neat. Like it didn't die in the
It's
forest fire. It
in
was
the ocean.
just there after.
Mhm.
And then it
It ate
died.
charcoal and then drowned and died in the ocean.
What a way to go.
Or died before and then it was bloated and then somehow sunk with its
This
back towards the ground. Interesting.
this looks like the
Looks
last day of the
interesting.
dinosaurs. Have you ever seen that?
I think I see. I think I did a long time ago
It's
though.
that kind of like fake looking two in focus.
This doesn't look great. The
Yeah.
shot doesn't look great. I think just the last shot looks way better.
If it was
The
less
one
in
close up.
focus and more like faded into the background, it would look gorgeous like that previous shot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The previous shot looked really nice. Ooh, I love this.
Ooh.
This is a callback to Walking with
Yeah,
Dinosaurs. I'm
this is the
sorry.
T Rex
Lose the
going.
Titan here. He's doing the
"Meow."
T-Rex. This is a beautiful shot.
This is great.
This is prehistoric planet level in
This.
terms of quality. Like,
Ooh. This is the DVD. This is the back of the DVD right here, Pedro.
mhm.
Oh, that's
I love
beautiful.
it. I love this shot. And it's so if you didn't know, the episode on Late Jurassic Portugal is going to be Lucius Titan trying to find a mate, and I'm
Okay.
guessing this is them making a nest.
Oh, that's
This is
cute.
probably the male and the female making a nest,
Oh, that's so
which I
nice.
love this
Oops.
shot. And then we go back to Spinosaurus.
This
Okay, look, I
looks even
love
worse
the
than
babies
before.
going in. Okay, before we go, I love the single file babies like they like ducks.
It's so
That's so
cute.
cute. But again, I could accept these grasses on the water here.
Mm-hmm.
I could go into southern Portugal and take a picture of something that looks exactly like this.
That is really
Arid,
pretty. Like I like this
pine
environment, but
fields.
it's not.
It's not Spinosaurus environment, I don't think.
Also, why aren't they dragging their tails? I feel like they just should sometimes. Nothing wrong
Because,
with dragging tails.
yeah, here's the thing. This interpretation of Spinosaurus is chimeric, right?
Uh-huh.
We don't know if this is truly what it looked like. And again, I've seen people talk about that the femur of Spinosaurus could not be this small.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you just couldn't walk on land if it was this small. So I don't know.
I do.
I think the shots of Spinosaurus, unfortunately, have been my least favorite.
Yeah, I agree. I do
And the
really
color
like
grading
how
looks,
it has this really
yeah,
high neck so that its eye barely pokes above its sail if it was in the water. This is
hmm
nice. I love this.
I like it. I like that as well. I just feel like there's something about the color grading of these shots of Spinosaurus that's specific to these shots, right?
Yeah.
It's like the shadows are really blue and it's super overexposed
Like look how
on the
faded the
white on the
shadows
bright
are.
part.
Like they're
Yeah, and then it's faded. It's
and then
weird.
this is just like mostly solid.
Yeah, also the shadows on the Spinosaurus on the ground are super gray, but if you look at the shadows on like the trees are like kind of bluish.
Oh
They don't
yeah.
fit in the frame.
That's true.
There's something weird about it. I don't know. Like at least they have a reflection.
Yeah. Oops, I
Ooh,
wanted to see.
babies. Okay,
That
these shots look better, and it's just
one's
because
upside
never
down.
mind.
No.
That was so stupid. They can't go upside down because of the sail. What the hell?
They have
They
like a
just
little
can't do
baby
that.
sail, but like this ground is so solid. Did that one die? Does it have bird
I don't
disease?
think they could do that. They would be on top of the sail.
This looks really fake.
Hmm
This looks really
The
fake.
eye, that looks really bad. I think it looks better in the next shot when it gets close up. That looks,
Yeah.
mm, that looks better. The
This
baby,
actually,
I think that looks nice.
this looks
That looks like
exactly like
practical.
the Allosaurus from Walking with Dinosaurs.
Hmm.
It's like the same colors.
Yeah, I think so.
The baby is cute. I
Ooh,
like its crocodile face.
I know that there's one shot of one theropod eye that could be Torvosaurus from late
Ooh.
Jurassic Portugal. Maybe it's Allosaurus. Maybe Allosaurus will also show up. I hope. Oh, sorry, my water bottle fell. I hope they show some interesting stuff like Mirigaia, which is that
Oh,
stegosaur with the long neck.
that would be so
Um,
good.
the only time Mirigaia showed up in a documentary was in the Portugal episode of Dinosaur Revolution, and back then we didn't know much about it, so it was
I didn't even know it was in that.
uh, it just looks like a small Kentrosaurus. It's just it's small. It doesn't have any unique features. It looks like generic early stegosaur. I don't know. Doesn't
Yeah.
look like a centurion, which is what it was. Um, in this shot here, I think the adult looks really good. The
Yeah.
Spinosaurus. I don't think the baby looks very nice. I think the eye looks fake.
Yeah.
Something about the eye. Mm. I also don't like that the corner of the mouth goes all the way back
I don't
into the
either.
jaw because the exoparia would not allow that. So,
I like the idea better where it's like the river dolphins, where like the front of its mouth is all bare teeth, and then the further back you go,
hmm
it just goes into a normal mouth.
that's what I was thinking as well.
It would look a lot
I
less
think that would be better
gangly as well.
because they went full crocodile here, basically,
Yeah.
except with scales instead of cracked skin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the eye on the baby looks better than the adult, just because it's more popped out.
Yeah.
But the eye itself looks a bit fake, so I don't know.
Yeah. Hmm.
I like the colors of the baby though. Ooh, okay.
Purple. Blue.
Uh, purple, blue. One of them is female. One of them is male. I guess. Maybe not. Are those the children back then, or are those just other ones?
I think
One
those
of them is
might be
blue.
Bingai. They have like whiter faces from what I can see.
Ooh,
This
okay.
looks like a PlayStation cutscene a little bit. I
I can see that. Yeah, this
this
close-ups are not the strong suit of this documentary.
no.
Oh,
Prehistoric Planet got away with it. I don't think they should do close-ups. This looks nice and fuzzy. I
yeah,
like
but Prehistoric Planet had like 10 million pixels of resolution per texture. Like
it. Yeah.
there was like they're showing the Tyrannosaurus butt crack, and you can see every scale. Here, they don't have that privilege.
Yeah,
So yeah, I like that the ear into the right place.
that's true.
Um, I don't like that. I mean, it's just a hole, but a lot of birds, I think, have flaps
Yeah, there's like this
in it.
you can see a
Um,
lot of the structures by looking at it. Like it's not like a black hole. There are a lot of lizards like geckos with
mhm.
big ears that you can also see all that detail. But this is just kind of a hole, which is optimal, but could have been more
Yeah,
interesting.
I like the Albertosaurus in this documentary.
Yeah.
I don't think this. I think this is probably the worst shot of it, though.
Yeah,
So
that definitely looked worse than the other ones.
this shot also looks terrible. I'm sorry. Why
I
did they pick this shot for?
I
They
like
picked this
this
shot for the
better.
promotional images.
I like this better than the
You like it
last
better?
one, but like I'm looking at this gross hole around this
Oh, hmm.
scale horn
Okay.
thing,
Yes.
and
I
that
was
looks
just
really
saying in
gross.
the perspective of CGI. I think in terms of CGI, this
Yeah,
looks faker.
like it's stretching weirdly right here. It looks like.
There's something about it that doesn't feel natural.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of looking at the dinosaurs itself, I like that you can see the details better here.
I like that the eyes are horizontal pupils, but they're staying horizontal like they should be.
hmm Look at the mother. Yes, the eyes almost crossing the lid.
That looks
That's
nice.
nice. I just think this shot looks kind of fake. This definitely looks fake.
Yeah, this.
But it looks nice. It looks fake.
Yeah, I like the much more generic design for what I assume is the female. Like
hmm
this almost olive greenish color. Oh my god, Pedro there in the sex legs.
They're in the Disney's Dinosaur Valley. That is interesting. I like it. I like the face. Ooh. Ooh.
They're so
I like the
cute.
front facing eyes. That's so funny.
It's so
You
good.
just
I hope these are
ooh,
stripes and
more
not
evidence.
wrinkles. What was
If
that?
they do have front facing eyes, then they would not have horizontal pupils
Ooh, that's a good point. Well,
because they would be crossing vision, super
actually,
crossing vision.
there are some bovids like there are goats that have forward eyes like this, and they also have pupils like that. But
Ooh,
adrosars
really?
are so high above the ground that it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hmm.
There was also a goat that lived on an
I'll.
island with completely forward eyes, and it's evil.
Oh, but it's fossil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I think I saw. I remember the reconstruction.
Because these
I
animals
think
are
this show
so
looks.
tall. They would just have circular
mm,
pupils, but we can't see those, so.
This shot for some like looks nice in some aspects and looks kind of fake in other aspects.
Yeah.
I think I like the shots of dinosaurs walking and like misty and hurts. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
think this looks super good, I would say.
I feel like the sound design could carry this if you make it so that it sounds
Hmm
like you're recording it from really really far away like documentaries tend to be, and you just hear like the little roaring
Yeah.
honks, and there's just like a million of the honks echoing like just that could
hmm
carry it, but if it doesn't have that,
That,
this is kind of
that's what
bad.
I'm saying. I think this trailer could be misleading. I
Yeah.
think a lot of this trailer could be carried by sound design and music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so some things. I think the sun is really bright for the lighting on them. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
maybe
Sun is really bright,
maybe it's just
and
supposed
I
to be
think
really
you
dusty, really foggy, but
could be. Yeah, I would love to see some in the crest
mm,
should have some subsurface scattering of the
that's
lighting.
true,
I
that
think
could
there's
look
some
so
on top,
good.
right? I'm not sure if there's something on top of the crest.
I
Look,
think
there's a bit of
that's
a brighter part.
yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I would love to see some of that.
Oh, it's just the pattern.
Um, no, no, it's just light or whatever,
Yeah.
which you would also not see from this angle. You would not be light from this angle, by the way, because it's literally covering this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Uh
Um, I like that they have the forward facing eyes. It's actually better than Prehistoric Planet in that
yeah,
sense. I do feel like Prehistoric Planet had more interesting coloration though. They just look like
that's true.
really textureless here.
There is
It's
in Edmontosaurus annectens, I'm pretty sure it's annectens, the
mm,
scale patterns, the way that the scale structures are is that there's patches of smaller scales and patches of bigger scales, and it kind of maps out
mm.
this like giraffe like look, and that could
Oh
imply that they
yeah.
had tree camouflage like giraffes do. Giraffes camouflage with trees. If you haven't seen them in the environment they're supposed to be in, they do camouflage into the trees, and that could imply that Edmontosaurus was just green giraffe texture, which would be really
hmm
cool. And I'm a little bit sad they didn't do that and they did like the world's most generic iguanas are large reptiles, put the iguana stripes on its tail. I kind of hate
That's
that.
the signature Grey Gabriel gets um thing. Anyway, I like that the females don't have the comms.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Assuming that's females, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
Or reasonable.
The stride seems good. The stride seems good. The really
hmm
big
I don't.
spaces. Yeah, that's good.
Mm, nice. The white thing underneath the beak is interesting. The
Yeah,
the the white texture. It's also
something.
interesting how it's the exact same texture on the right and left in Motosaurus.
Oh no, it's not randomized. You ruined it,
It's not
Pedro.
randomized. It's
um,
not the Gaussian pattern randomized,
something.
whatever it's called.
Something I really like to do with hadrosaurs, and something I think everyone should do, is that like tortoises, like they're just putting food in their mouth all the time, especially like softer, wetter plants, because at least
Mm,
Edmontosaurus preferred wetter environments to drier ones. Um,
mm.
I like to just put like green mash stained across their entire face all the time. Just green mash.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense if they were just eating recently,
Yeah.
which they would be. They'd
Like
be eating all the time.
birds can scrape that off of their bills because they like scrape branches or whatever, which could be an interesting thing to show them. Just like, oh, it's gonna scrape its little mouthy clean on a tree and then eat the
hmm
tree. Adrosaur behaviors.
Or maybe stick his face in the water to clean it. Just whoa.
Blah, blah, blah. Or even just like rub its mouth on the ground or something. Like that would just be
Mm,
cute. Like you can do a lot of
could
cute
be
things, and I'm worried there won't be any cute things, and they'll just like be walking and then attacking each other. I'm worried.
walking and then dying.
It's prehistoric
Okay,
planet.
here's a really here's a really good looking eye, which I don't know from who it is. You can also see
Yeah.
some scale stretching, I think. Yes. always cool.
This looks
I think
really
in
nice.
between it looks really nice. I don't know who it is. I think maybe a theropod.
Pedro, you know, it'll be really
Maybe it's
funny.
Albertosaurus.
You'll be really funny is if this is like a regular lizard and then they zoom out and they're like,
Or could be.
reptiles today.
Ooh, no, they could do the the start of Jurassic World when it's the foot of the crow
Oh,
and they do
yeah.
the huge stomp,
Yeah.
but it's just like, oh, it's a dinosaur. No, it's a lizard. Or maybe this is like an Allosaurus and he hasn't been shown
Oh,
yet.
that
Oh,
would be great. I
it's
love the
interesting
Allosaurus
because
design. It's peak.
there's something different here that I haven't seen in any other theropod in this show, right? Because even the Albertosaurus didn't have this dark blue gray.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm
like
hopeful this is something new.
tealish color. Maybe this is a
Mm-hmm.
hint to the last episode they haven't revealed.
Oh, maybe
It's
it's Triassic.
Dinosaurus.
It's Dinosaurs. It's T-Rex again.
It's
T-Rex
T-Rex
2.
again.
The Reckoning.
Oh my god. Oh, what?
It
What?
takes a swipe. It takes a swipe from Gastonia. This is so funny. Look at its face. Ah.
Ew, it's
And
got the like
then,
bright red feathers. It looks so
oof.
lame. It looks like the Kara killer from Thing. What's it called? The
Ooh,
Future
the
is
future is
Wild.
wild.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I'm gonna be rooting against you the rest of the whole episode. I'm gonna be, yeah, Gastonia, beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, go Gastonia, go Gastonia. We love Notosaur. No, wait, is it a Notosaurine? I don't know.
Uh, I don't. I think it's a Polacanthine now. I don't know. I don't remember the paper that completely destroyed the phylogenetic. I don't remember.
What do you mean
There,
my group isn't split perfectly in two groups and half? What do you mean?
something I was asking. Isn't wouldn't the first finger be more separate from the wing? I'm
On
not sure.
the on this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can You can't see because it's blurred. Oh no, it's okay. It's good here. It's good
Yeah.
here. Never-
They can lie it flat against the rest of their hand as well.
Mhm,
It kind of almost has like this ball right here that it rotates on because they have like one bone, two bone, and then the claw. So it's not very flexible, but it
mhm,
could rotate a lot.
mhm.
Mm.
This shot is really funny. I think they tried to do the feathers on the chest. They would puff out to look
Yeah,
bigger, maybe,
they're like
but it still looks
curled.
weird.
Yeah, they're curling up, which is not how feathers are supposed to be. Because that stops them from being waterproof, and it stops them from holding air, which is the whole point of feathers helping their temperature.
Hmm. I don't know.
Interesting. They're kind of doing the sun bittern thing, I think is what that bird is called, where the feather pattern makes a
I think you're
shape,
right.
which
Hmm.
technically is possible. It's just not very common at all. Interesting.
I don't even. I like the wings. I like the arms. It's just the contour feathers on the body look really weird.
Yeah, I wish it was just like
It
just
makes it
round.
so skinny. It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
I would,
like Lux was saying,
no,
Lux
look at a
likes to
bear.
imagine that it's just like super super densely fluffy like a bear, and that would just look
Hmm.
nice.
And then you just say, oh, it would be overeating. Just give it a bald spot. I don't know. Give it a bald spot under the arms or on the
Yeah,
under the belly. I
like
don't know.
Oviraptorosaurs, the
Like
only
the
reason they have a
give.
casque is to get rid of heat from
Mm.
their brain. Like, there's plenty of ways to just make them remove heat, especially on their muzzle. If
It's
the
a
muzzle is bare, then
it's
they
a
can't.
CPU. It's a CPU cooler for the brain.
It is, though.
It's a CPU cooler.
CPU cooler. It helps them go. "Honk, honk." It helps them honk. It helps them forage. It helps them run around in a straight line.
It helps them run at 3 megahertz. They have like at least 10 megabytes of RAM.
I haven't seen any Oviraptorosaurs, and I am disappointed, Pedro. I
Oh
am
god, are you right?
disappointed. There's
It's just
so many of them.
theropod or nithopod. Wait, theropod or nithopods, ankylosaur and sauropod. That's everything we've seen
There's
in dinosaur.
That's a bit disappointing. Oviraptorosaurs. I guess there isn't an episode in Asia, is there? So like, I
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. There's no Asia episode. When Asia is probably, isn't it the largest continent?
I think
I
so,
think maybe.
because
I don't know. I
North
think it is
America
the
was like
largest.
2 or 3 continents. Or, well, I guess it's still one continent, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Ah, where the
Uh,
Oviraptorosaurs? Give them to me. Where's the
Here's the thing. There's
ornithomimids?
low diversity. There's not too much diversity yet. It could be just from the trailers. There could
Yeah.
be more diversity to show in the actual episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man.
Something I would have
Something's
wanted to
weird.
see. If we're gonna force everyone to look at Tyrannosaurus again, just give us like baby Tyrannosaurus chasing Ornithomimus, and then reveal it's a
Hmm.
Tyrannosaurus after we get like fleeting glimpses of it chasing the swarm of them, and there's like this
Yeah,
is a baby Tyrannosaurus. That'd
and
be
joke
neat.
and make a joke that it's nanotyrannus for a second.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
A
so funny.
nanotyrant, and then it's a tyrannosaurus.
God, I wish everybody says this, but
Look,
I
this
wish we
shot,
could be in charge of one of these.
yeah. But the thing is, a lot of paleo artists were in charge of this, but there's restrictions, right?
Yeah,
But I also think that I'm guessing that this was a bit, that this has been leading, this has been in the making of for a long time. I'm
yeah,
guessing, and I'm guessing a lot of things were set that couldn't be changed because the setting. I don't think the setting is really strong.
no,
I think the setting is really weak, actually.
nothing
And this
was at
shot right
right.
here looks like a mid 2000s documentary.
It does.
This shot is awful. It's probably the worst one so far,
Like the
but it's
backgrounds
funny
are
though.
edited, like the
When it,
colors are edited, but they're not edited very well. Like it all just kind of looks like you filmed this on a what's it
Mhm.
called, a handheld camera, and didn't edit anything. It's kind of odd. All the episodes look the same. In Prehistoric Planet, all the areas look different,
Mhm.
but this just feels
Incredible,
boring.
like Prehistoric Planet had incredible color grading, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a piece of art. Honestly, it was a really, really well made piece of art.
Yeah, and
Um,
we will continue
like the
comparing
desert
them.
episode, you could feel the heat
I
on
love that
the
episode.
desert
That's my
episode.
favorite episode.
Oh, I love it too.
Okay.
Okay, let's see it
Bonk.
take a slap in the face. Boom. Oh, so this is
Okay.
funny.
Ooh, it looks so.
Hey, the background looks nice here, actually.
I
I
think
think you,
I
uh,
think the body's too long. Like the arms connect up
I think
here.
I think the back is broken. The back is definitely broken.
Swiping back. Its face is just caved in. Its little bird face, its little bird skull bones, all broken. Is dead now.
Mm. Oh, it does have blood. It does have blood. That's interesting.
Oh, what prehistoric planet didn't have blood? Did it? I don't remember.
That's a good point. That is a good
It
point.
looks like a camel. Anyways.
I can see that. Yeah. Oh,
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 that
y-
looks kind of really stupid.
look at the neck of the one that's being held. It's just straight on the bottom.
Pedro, Anki Pristis, Anki
Yeah,
Pristis.
it does. Onky prestige.
Can we please
Onko
have Anki
prestige.
Pristis exist without relation to Spinosaurus? Like this is Anki
No,
Pristis slander.
no, you can't.
Why couldn't
You
they
don't
have
have
picked a
nice fins.
different fish?
Also, look at how thin the rostrum of Spinosaurus is. That's interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Mega thin.
I we have the rostra. I don't know if that's the plural of other Spinosaurs, but I
Hmm.
don't know if it's any of them are like that.
We do have of Spinosaurus itself.
Oh, we do.
The holo, the holotype that was destroyed was one of them.
Oh shoot.
And I don't think it was. You know what it is? It's the sun. It's catching it because it's blurred. We only see the shadow, right?
Yeah.
So it looks super thin because of the
Oh,
shadow. I think
I think you're
maybe I don't
right.
know.
Oh, it's still
Okay.
pretty thin, but not as thin.
Mm, okay. I like the crocodile scales. Oh,
Ooh!
oh, I spot. I spot an I spot.
Oh my goodness, Pedro, you were right. There's a lot of purple in this. I like how this is a different time of
Oh,
day. This is actually kind of this looks different than the other
oh
places.
my God! We're actually seeing a Triceratops fight us T-Rex instead of it appearing dead. out of nowhere.
Kid me seeing that for the first
Crazy.
time was so disappointed. I made my little
Eh.
brother watch, and he loves Triceratops. And I was just like, look at Triceratops, and then he
Mm.
never showed up again, and then he left.
And then he did this. They did the same in Prehistoric Planet, except it appeared again, but the T-Rex killed it off screen.
Yeah. Oh, this looks. I really hope that they actually do it. Like, most of the episode is this. I would love to see like a
Hmm.
realistic encounter instead of it just being like
You know
meh,
what
and
it
then it
is?
dies.
It almost looks like we can see ultraviolet, and this the
Ooh.
and the crest is reflecting ultraviolet.
Pedro.
It's interesting.
I
Oh my god.
think this is imitating the Tyrannosaurus's face.
Oh, oh my god, it is.
Oh, that's
It is.
interesting.
Ooh.
That's
Oh,
interesting. Because we haven't
it's
seen the
forward-facing
Tyrannosaurus.
eye. We will see it. Do not fret. I think this is Triceratops. It's the one with the shorter nose horn, I think.
this
Look, Uncle Priestis, and also Spinosaurus swimming super fast. And don't unpause or you'll cringe.
I I'm already cringing at the Onchopristis model. Like, these fish like this still exist. Why does it look so weird?
It is a conjunctivis, right? It's like a ray fin. No, it's a cartilage fish.
Yeah. Like, there's sawfish and
The
stuff that look
tail looks
exactly like
weird.
it.
The
Yeah.
tail looks weird. I don't know what it is with it. I'm not an expert on fish. I can't really comment on it.
Something just seems
I
so
think
off
the
about it.
you know, the one thing I can comment about it is if you unpause and look at the Spinosaur. Look at how fast it's going
What?
underwater. How?
Look how deep it
And you
is.
might ask,
Fish like this, they swim
hmm
the direction they are. That's really
also,
deep.
also fish like this swim next to the ground of the water, right?
They swim all
Because they're
over,
flat
but they
all
search
over.
for food
Okay.
at the bottom.
Hmm. Also, how is Spinosaurus flying? How is Spinosaurus swimming this fast? You might ask.
I we better see like its little kicking Pete's being like a duck underwater, otherwise I'm going to scream.
Hmm.
Why is
Is
it
it
going so
either
fast?
pushing water with its tiny legs, or beating its tail, which I don't think it could do, or number three, is it farting?
Is it using
It
its
could be
its
hot.
gas bladders to expel air so that it
It
can
could be
launch out
gas
of the water?
propulsion. Ga- Gas propulsion in Spinosaurus. Because I don't see how it could swim this fast
Yeah,
and that
especially
deep.
with a creature like this, its neck is clearly shaped so it can like whip down and bite something. I wish we got
Hmm.
that instead of it like swimming at it. That's not even how crocodiles grab things.
No, but you can't say that because you will annoy all the people that are in favor of him swimming. I think there's
Oh
more
my
evidence to
goodness.
say that Spinosaurus didn't swim, personally.
Yeah. I
Or not that it didn't swim, but it didn't hunt fish while swimming.
yeah. I feel like
That was not very much.
I have a
Or if
very
it
loose
would, it would stay on
interpretation.
top. What if it stayed on top of the water like a duck with its neck back and then it just went?
Yeah. I think that would
It
be
could do
perfectly
that,
fine.
maybe.
I don't know.
I think this is completely unreasonable.
Yeah.
Completely unreasonable. It's look at the amount of drag that the sail would do.
Actually,
It's just
the sail
unreasonable.
undulates like a seahorse.
Huh.
That's how it's going so
Could
fast.
maybe. Maybe that's the point. Sail propulsion.
God.
I just
Ah!
I don't like. Ooh, this looks nice.
Look at this cutie
The
pie.
Tyrannosaurus looks nice. It is very cute. I would rub his head. I would give it pets.
It looks like it's contemplating one of those shitty like dinosaur statues.
This could be a meme.
It could be.
This is definitely gonna be a meme. This is definitely gonna be a meme.
I love this design. This is nice. I am always a proponent of Tyrannosaurus as black with red highlights.
Mm.
It just looks
It is.
good.
I think it is a callback to Walking with Dinosaurs, right? Because it has the red throat, I think,
Oh, yeah, it does. I think it
and the
that's
red horns.
they fixed.
I don't like it. I like this. I like this. This might be my favorite design in the
Yeah.
show so far.
Like, the Tyrannosaurus from the
100%.
original was the worst design. I think everyone can
Mm-hmm.
agree. This is good. I like how
It,
the little
it was
fuzzies.
literally the OG Tyrannosaurus was literally abandoned by the graphical artist, I think, and then they had to complete it, and it looks awful,
Oh
looks
my
terrible.
gosh.
And I think this looks nice, and I think he's gonna eat the little as dark kid.
It'd be so funny if it just like stalks it for like a couple, like if it stalks it for like a minute, like a cat sneaking up on a dove, and then as soon as it gets slightly too close, it just flies away. That would be fun.
Well, you can unpause it.
No!
This is
No!
definitely gonna be a meme. There's no
No!
way that they don't make this a meme.
No! My boy, you dumbass motherfucker with the realistic bird behaviors. Did you know that
It
if you
doesn't
just
even move. It's like
Pedro, if you don't look directly at a bird and you walk sideways instead of straight at them, you can just walk up to birds. They won't. They'll be like, you don't. You're not noticing me, so that's good." You can just walk up to them.
that's so funny.
They just are dumb. Like, well, they're not dumb. It's
You're
just
just,
like their instincts don't tell them like they're not being paid attention to. You're fine.
you're just acting their behavior. Then the little logo shows up. So that's all of it. June 16th on PBS. I think it goes on BBC, which is UK only,
Okay.
on May, which is probably 1 month before.
Huh.
So,
Well, we got through
thoughts?
the 1 minute trailer. We we got through the one
Oh my
minute
god, how
trailer.
much time did we take?
Let me
Oh
see.
god, we made it. We made a 2.5 hour video out of 1 minute.
Video.
Oh
Pedro,
no,
I am gonna post this entire thing. I don't think I'm gonna edit it. I
no,
think I'm
we
just
have
gonna
to
post
edit
it.
it. We have to edit it. You can send me and I'll edit it.
Okay. Actually,
There's no way we can do it. There's 2.5 hours. There's no way.
I'm gonna. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Pedro.
Okay,
I'm gonna say goodbye to
focus.
the audience. Goodbye, audience. Goodbye,
Goodbye. We
audience.
did it.
We did it.
Closing thoughts.
Bye bye.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts.
Did you like the trailer?
It was way better than I thought it
Maybe.
would be. I gotta be
Really?
honest. I thought it was gonna be the worst thing I've ever
And
seen. I was preparing myself for disaster.
oh, well, that's better than that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really liked some of it. I really
cool.
didn't like some of it. The Adrosaurs are nice. If they fucking die, if half their screen time is dying, I will be upset. But right now, I have a pretty good opinion.
I have hope, and that's all that matters.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, goodbye, audience.
Goodbye.
Have a fun time.
Goodbye.